Anderson was in a no-hit game through 5 innings and finally surrendered a hit in the 6th, but still came out with the win on just a dandy performance by the left-hander last night. And now Dakota Chalmers will come in, and he will try and do the same. Chalmers, no record on the year. He's only been in 5 games and started 1. His ERA is 4.5. He's got a credit for 1 hold, which means he came into a ball game and did not let the opposing team advance their position. In 8 innings, he has given up 5 hits, 4 runs, all of them earned. He's given up 1 home run. He has walked 10 and struck out 16. Batters are only hitting 179 against right-hander Dakota Chalmers. Chalmers is 6'3", 195 pounds. He hails out of Snellville, Georgia, and he got as high as AAA in the LA Dodgers organization. He has concluded his warm-up tosses, and Jack Sundberg is ready to step into the batter's box and start this game. Chalmers into the windup, the first pitch, high for a ball 1, 1-0. First pitch at 6:20 p.m. Chalmers comes back with a fastball. That misses, ball 2, 2 balls and no strikes. Left-handed batter, Sundberg against the right-handed throwing Chalmers. Pitch is high, ball 3, so he's 3-0 to the first batter. Not happy with himself. He takes a walk around the mound and comes back on top. Stares into Alex Holderbach to get a sign. Now he's ready to go. Rocks on the rubber, comes to the plate 3-0, and there's a good fastball over for a strike. That at 94 miles an hour. Chalmers staring over the top of his glove, has the sign, comes back 3-0, and it's high, and he's walked him. So an inauspicious start to the ball game for Chalmers as he walks the first batter, and that'll bring up Ian Yetzko. Yetzko, the second baseman. Batting .271 as he comes to the plate. He's been in 49 ball games, has 118 trips to the plate with 32 hits. Right-hander against right-hander. If you're wondering about Sundberg at first base, he's got 33 home runs. Yetzko hits one off the netting in left field. Luis Castro gets the ball in quickly, and that will leave Yetzko at first base, but on the play, Sundberg goes all the way to third. So Yetzko put a charge into it, and quickly with nobody outs, Dakota Chalmers in a bit of a bind here in the first inning. He walked Sundberg to start the game, and then Ian Yetzko on the first pitch put a charge into one. Drove it off the net into left field. First pitch to Braxton Lee is a good fastball over for a strike. Chalmers has good velocity. He's around 93, 94 miles an hour at the start of the ball game. But more than anything right now, he doesn't need velocity. He needs an out. Runners on first and third, nobody out. Top of the first inning. The runner on first goes. The throw down to second base is not in time. So Yetzko has a stolen base, and now first base is open. With Sundberg at third, Yetzko at second, and an 0-2 count to Braxton Lee. Chalmers staring in to get a sign from his catcher Holderbach, working from the stretch with a runner on third. Comes to the plate 0-2 with a breaking ball, and it misses low. Ball one. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Luis Roman down at third. Joseph Rosa is at shortstop. Cole Freeman at second base. Manuel Tapia over at first, as Lee kind of nudges one foul off to the left. Count will hold at 1 ball and 2 strikes. In the outfield, Luis Castro in left, Jake Skoll in center, Zach Jarrett out in right field, Alex Holderbach behind the plate, and Dakota Chalmers on the 1-2 pitch. Breaking ball, got him looking. Boy, what a dandy breaking ball from Chalmers. That ball started high and outside and just dropped over the strike zone for strike 3, the first out of the inning. That'll bring up David Harris, the designated hitter. Harris, the right-handed batter. Had a ground rule double last night for his first hit of the season, or first hit of the series, I mean. Looks at an 84-mile-an-hour off-speed pitch over for a strike. No balls and 1 strike. Chalmers again working out of the stretch with runners at second and third. The right-hander comes to the plate. Fastball high in the air and behind the plate for a strike. Foul ball. No balls and 2 strikes to David Harris, the designated hitter. Good breaking ball, just high. Ball 1, 1 ball and 2 strikes. I don't think Harris was looking for that one. It looked like it kind of froze him at the plate, but he didn't swing. And the pitch was close. That one he swings at as the breaking ball's in the dirt. Alex Holderbach comes up and tags Harris, and that'll do it for him. That's the second strikeout in a row. And there are 2 outs now, and here comes Alex Crosby, the third baseman. Crosby last night had a double in 4 trips to the plate. He also scored a run. A left-handed batter. Batting .285 as he steps into the batter's box. Chalmers from the stretch. High fastball, ball 1, 1 ball and no strikes. If Crosby can extend the inning, Zach Collier's on deck for the Blue Crabs. Jack Sundberg at third, Ian Yetzko at second. The next pitch, again high, ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes. The third baseman, Alex Crosby. The 2-0 pitch, slapped foul. That one's going to sail over the stands in left field area. 2 balls and 1 strike. College Spirit Night here tonight at Caramount Health Park. If you're coming to the ball game, wear your favorite college apparel and represent. Next pitch, outside with a fastball. Chalmers, after that pitch, came walking down off the rubber and put both of his hands on each side of his head as if to say, dang, where did I throw that? 3 balls and 1 strike. Chalmers does something interesting. As soon as he comes set, he gives out a big sigh and then comes to the plate. There's one that's ripped into right field, and Jarrett goes back and able to catch it over his left shoulder. So Chalmers gets out of an inning where he gave up a leadoff walk and then a single. And with runners on second and third after a stolen base from Yetzko, he struck out 2 and got Crosby to line to left field. And that'll do it for the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs here in the top of the first inning. No score, and the Honey Hunters coming up on the Honey Hunters Radio Network.
Being first, the beginning of the line. So many people work so hard to be number 1. But at Caramount Health, you don't have to struggle to be first. We prioritize you. Our award-winning teams use advanced treatments to serve you. We deliver the compassion and quality you deserve, always growing, building, and innovating for your care, your health, your life. Caramount Health. Care first.
This is Sam Bordner of the Gastonia Honey Hunters, and you are listening to the Honey Hunters Radio Network.
Find out where your Honey Hunters are playing all season long at www.gohoneyhunters.com. Ticket information, www.gohoneyhunters.com. If you're looking for the latest game day fashion or wanting to bring a group to Caramount Health Park, gohoneyhunters.com. Your online home for the Gastonia Honey Hunters is gohoneyhunters.com. That's www.gohoneyhunters.com.
Back live at Caramount Health Park, Bob Woodard with you, and we're headed to the bottom of the first inning. The Blue Crabs knocked on the door in the top of the first after a leadoff walk and a single, then a stolen base. We had runners at second and third with nobody out. But Dakota Chalmers was able to get Braxton Lee looking at strikes, David Harris swinging at strike 3. And then Alex Crosby hit a line shot to right field, and Crosby hit it well, but Zach Jarrett was right there to make the catch, going away with the catch over his left shoulder. Now it'll be the Honey Hunters' turn to come up and see what they can do against Adrian Cook. Cook comes into the ball game. This is his 5th game of the year. He's 0 for 1, or 0 and 1, pardon me. He's got a 7.02 earned run average in 16 2/3 innings, 15 hits, 19 runs, 13 of them earned. He's given up 17 walks versus 11 strikeouts, and batters are hitting .238 against right-hander Adrian Cook. So we'll see what he can do against Darian Sanford, Cole Freeman, and Joseph Rosa, the numbers 1, 2, and 3 hitters for the Honey Hunters tonight. Sanford steps into the batter's box. First pitch to him, over for a strike. 89-mile-an-hour fastball, no balls and 1 strike. Darian only 5 steals away from tying the league record, and he puts a charge into one to right field, but the right fielder is positioned perfectly, makes a few steps to his right, and he will haul it in. Sanford is just like, darn, that was a good scouting report. They knew right where to play him. The right fielder was shaded towards center field. He had to go a little bit more that way, but down goes Sanford. And now Cole Freeman steps to the plate. Freeman had his first, second, and third hits as a Honey Hunter last night. Looks at a fastball outside, ball 1, 1 ball and no strikes. Adrian Cook into the windup. Here's the 1-0 pitch. That's on the ground to the shortstop. He picks it up, throws across, and Freeman is out at first base. From 6-3, second out of the inning. Here comes Joseph Rosa. Rosa playing shortstop tonight. Rosa coming around to step into the left-handed batter's box. And boy, we are going to talk a little bit about Joseph Rosa tonight. I was doing some digging and looking at some of the things that he is doing this year. He is in the top 10 in the Atlantic League of Professional Baseball in, what did I say, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. In 15 batting categories, Joseph Rosa is in the top 10. First pitch missed low, and then Cook came back with a good breaking ball that dropped over into the strike zone. 1 ball and 1 strike. Cook from the windup, the 1-1 pitch, that finds the dirt. 1 ball or 2 balls and 1 strike. Rosa is 6th in the league in average, tied for 8th in the league with stolen bases, 7th in the leagues in runs scored, 4th in the league in on-base percentage, tied for 3rd in the league as he grounds one to second base, and that'll do it for the Honey Hunters here in the bottom of the first inning. They go out 1-2-3 as Rosa grounds out 4-3, and that'll do it for the Honey Hunters shortstop. We'll tell you more about Joseph Rosa's accomplishments as we go through the game. After the end of 1 inning of play, no score here at Caramount Health Park on the Honey Hunters Radio Network.
GSM Services helps people live better through improved comfort, health, and energy efficiency. GSM Services provides high-quality home and commercial improvement services. They offer services for heating and cooling, energy audits, duct and dryer vent cleaning, attic insulation, crawl space solutions, generators, commercial roofing, and HVAC, indoor air cleaning products, and much, much more. GSM has been taking care of their customers' comfort since 1927. This unmatched experience has led them to build reliable processes to serve you and offer guidance to help you choose the right options for your home business comfort needs. Call 1-800-NEW-COOL or visit GSMsince1927.com to talk to someone about the comfort issues you have in your home. GSM is a proud sponsor of your Gastonia Honey Hunters. Call 1-800-NEW-COOL or visit GSMsince1927.com. Go Honey Hunters! If coming to a Honey Hunters game is good, then coming to a game as a group is better. If you're a school, church, or civic organization looking for a great time together, call 704-874-1810 and ask about a group package. The number again is 704-874-1810. Ask about our picnic options that include hot dogs, sliders, and pulled pork. 704-874-1810. Honey Hunters Baseball. Better with friends.
This is Sam Bordner of the Gastonia Honey Hunters, and you are listening to the Honey Hunters Radio Network.
Thank you, Sam. Good job last night when you came into the ball game. We're here in the top of the second inning at Caramount Health Park. Bob Woodard with you, and it is going to be the number 6, 7, and 8 hitters in the lineup for Stan Clyburn, the manager of the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs. It'll be Zach Collier, the catcher, Jared Walker, the first baseman, and then Michael Baca, the shortstop. First pitch from Dakota Chalmers is a ball 1 ball and no strikes. Chalmers is bringing the heat tonight. His fastball has been clocked at 93 and 94 miles an hour consistently. Pitching from the stretch. Comes back to the plate, and there's a line drive to right field. Zach Jarrett goes back a couple of steps and puts that in his glove for out number 1. So Collier lines out. And that'll bring up the first baseman, Jared Walker. Walker, left-handed batter. Chalmers, a right-handed thrower. Chalmers again from the stretch. A nice breaking ball to start Walker off, pitching him backwards. No balls and one strike. The 0-1 pitch is a kind of a half swing, swing on a ball in the dirt. No balls and two strikes to Jared Walker. Walker 226 coming into the ball game. 74 hits and 328 at-bats. He has scored 65 runs. He does have 15 doubles, a triple, and 15 home runs. Chalmers from the stretch, the 0-2 pitch. That's in the air, it's going foul. Third baseman Roman goes into foul territory, and he's able to haul that one in for out number 2. Ball hit just outside the line and probably 10 feet past the cut of the grass. And easy play for Roman. So Walker goes down and a foul pop-up to the third baseman. That'll bring up Michael Baca, the shortstop for the Blue Crabs. First pitch to him misses, ball 1, 1 ball and no strikes. Baca, right-handed batter, steps in. The 1-0 pitch. Good breaking ball that caught the inside part of the plate. Strike at the knees for Chalmers. There's the 1-1. Another breaking ball swung on and missed, strike 2. One ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Top of the second inning, no score between the Gastonia Honey Hunters and the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs. There's another breaking ball. Alex Holderbach held his glove there a moment behind home plate, hoping that he would get a call from Kevin Morgan, but no dice. That'll even the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Chalmers has yet to throw Baca a fastball. And he throws a breaking ball there. It's on the ground at the shortstop. Castro picks it up, throws high, and pulls Tapia off the bag, and Tapia misses the tag. So first base umpire Calvin Baker right there on the play to make the call. And Joseph Rosa charged with an error on the throw.
Number 6, Mike Falsetti.
That'll bring up the catcher, Mike Falsetti. Falsetti will step in now. The runner goes at first base. The throw from Holderbach is high. The tag is not in time. And Baca has stolen the base. Great jump by Baca there. Holderbach came up throwing. Throw was just a little bit high, and I'm not even sure on a good throw if he would have gotten him there. Breaking ball to Falsetti. Evens the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. Mike batting .231 coming into the game tonight. He's been in 13 ball games. This is his 40th at bat. He's got 9 hits, scored 3 runs, Next pitch to him is over for a strike. He kind of shrugs his shoulders in disbelief and steps out of the batter's box at 1-2 strikes. He does have a home run on the year and 6 runs batted in. He's walked 4 times and struck out 14. Next pitch, swung on and missed, strike 3. So Falsetti will close the door on the second inning for the Blue Crabs. The third strikeout already for Dakota Chalmers. And we're headed to the bottom of the second inning, where there is no score on the Honey Hunters Radio Network.
Folks, it's been the thrill of a lifetime to bring professional baseball back to the airwaves of Gaston County. As a lifelong supporter of Gastonia baseball, I understood at an early age how important it was to hear the game when I couldn't be at the game. And with the advent of internet streaming now, Gastonia Honey Hunters games have even more import within the community. It also provides a great opportunity to get your message out to the Gaston County community. If advertising with the Honey Hunters is something that interests you, give me a call at 704-874-1810 and inquire about advertising with the Gastonia Honey Hunters. The number again, 704-874-1810. The Honey Hunters Radio Network, your hometown team. Thank you for supporting Gastonia baseball. Ladies and gentlemen, as a public service, here's a little vocabulary lesson for all the parents out there. The word is drip. It means cool, trendy, or hip. Where do Honey Hunters fans find their drip? Your fashion destination in the gas house is at the Honey Hunters team store at Caramont Health Park. Put some swag in your bag at the Honey Hunters team store. Hashtag drip season. Seriously, I have no idea what drip season means. Don't miss out on all the action at Caramont Health Park this summer. Get your tickets for every Honey Hunters home game by calling 704-874-1810 or log on to www.gohoneyhunters.com.
The bottom of the second inning is upon us. No score in the ball game. Dakota Chalmers got out of a little bit of a jam in the top of the first inning and had a relatively easy second inning, except there was an error on a throw that put Michael Baca on first base and he stole second. But then Falsetti came up and Chalmers was able to strike him out for his third strikeout so far in the game. For the Honey Hunters, it's going to be numbers 4, 5, and 6 in the lineup. Zach Jarrett, the right fielder, Luis Roman, the third baseman, and then Luis Castro, the left fielder. Jarrett steps in, the right-handed batter, against Adrian Cook. First pitch to him is high and tight. And he ducks out of the way of that fastball. 1 ball and no strikes. See a lot of college jerseys and college t-shirts walking around the park tonight. It is College Spirit Night. Show your loyalty to your college. Jarrett hits one right up the middle, and that's the first hit for the Honey Hunters tonight. 1 hit apiece, no runs. The Honey Hunters do have an error. And with Jarrett on first base, that'll be the third baseman coming out of the on-deck circle, Luis Roman. Luis batting .263 with 12 home runs and 51 runs batted in this year. The former Padre farmhand played AAA with the San Diego club. From Ponce, Puerto Rico, Luis Roman. Cook from the stretch comes to the plate. Fastball to Roman. High strike. No balls and 1 strike. Luis Castro on deck. Cook delivers another pitch over for a strike. No balls and 2 strikes. Coach Chuck Stewart down at the third base coaching box flashing out some signs for Roman and Jarrett as Roman fouls the next pitch back and stays alive 0-2. Roman steps into the batter's box now. The 0-2 count. Cook taking a long look over at Jarrett at first, and he's going to throw over there. Zach's back diving into the bag. Not sure that was the real pickoff move. I think that was just a, here's a throw over there to let you know that I'm watching you kind of throw. Next pitch is high to Roman. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Roman back into the batter's box, and again a toss over to first base by Cook, and that one was a little more intent. Jarrett diving back to the bag. Jarrett with the lead away from first. Here's the pitch. Jarrett goes. The throw is going to be way high, and Jarrett has it stolen easily, pardon me, as the shortstop went high in the air. Michael Baca came down with it, and the ball kind of dropped to the ground. And as he picked it up, he was hoping Jarrett would slide past the bag as he did a head first slide, but Zach able to hang on and is safe at second. 2 balls, 2 strikes, the count, nobody out. Luis Roman at the plate. No score in the bottom of the second inning, each side with a hit, and the Honey Hunters have an error. Adrian Cook from the stretch. Fastball misses outside. Ball 3 and the count runs full. Cook stares in to get a sign from his catcher, Mike Falsetti, then steps off the rubber as Roman stepped out of the batter's box. Now Luis is back in. Cook's back on top. Checking for a sign again. He's got what he wants. Jarrett with a good lead down at second base, a breaking ball, and Roman stays alive, just getting a piece of that to stay alive at 3 balls and 2 strikes. I'm not the umpire, and I won't suppose to call strikes and balls, but I think he swung at ball 4. Cook from the stretch. Checks Jarrett now to the plate, 3-2. There's a ground ball, a line drive right off the first baseman's glove. Roman coming down the line, the pitcher trying to cover, and the first baseman throws over his head, but right to the catcher. So there are runners on first and third. That looked like it was going to drop, but the ball just stayed up off the ground, and it was a line drive that went right off the glove of Jared Walker down at first. That'll bring up Luis Castro, who is playing left field tonight. Still waiting for the ruling on that, whether it was a hit or an error. And we'll let you know as soon as we find something out. But now Castro steps in. First pitch to him, off speed, swung on and missed. 78-mile-an-hour off-speed pitch. So Adrian Cook pitching backwards to Luis Castro. He's got him down 0-1. Jarrett at third. Roman at first. Nobody out. Bottom of the second inning, no score. Another breaking ball. Roman breaks for second. The throw is way offline, and Jarrett will just trot home. That throw was very far to the shortstop side of second base, and it bounced once. The second baseman who was covering on the throw had it bounce off his glove. And the shortstop okay, now they're sending Jarrett back to third and Roman back to first. We're not sure what the call is. But Goose Gazzo is out of the dugout, and he's having a discussion with Kevin Morgan in between the dugout and home plate. Luis Castro is walking back to the dugout. Not sure what the reason is, but they sent the runners back, and Castro is out. It was an 0-2 count on Castro, and I'm wondering, in watching the runner, I don't remember if Castro swung or not. I was watching the runner go down to second base. Anyway, we'll call. Oh, it's batter's interference. Okay, so Castro was out on batter's interference. That's the first out. So Emmanuel Tapia will now step up. With one out, runners on first and third. And Tapia smacks a line drive into right field. Jarrett will score on that play. Roman has to hurry as the ball was right to the right fielder. And Braxton Lee came up throwing. And they called him out? I thought they called him safe at first. No, I mean, at the first call I thought was safe. All right, well, apparently the right fielder Braxton Lee did. Wow, what a crazy inning. Roman got thrown out from 9-4 for the second out of the inning. Emmanuel Tapia gets credit for a single. He stands at first base. He'll also get the RBI with Zach Jarrett scoring. And now here's the catcher, Alex Holderbach. Tapia goes, and he is at second base after stealing it. The throw again was short and to the shortstop side of the bag. Tapia turned around and looked at the center field scoreboard, and there was a big clip going on there that says Speed Demon with a rabbit running. And there's a long fly ball to left center field. You can forget about this one. Alex Holderbach has hit it out. His third home run of the year. And his 29th and 30th runs batted in. So Alex Holderbach gets a hold of one and puts a charge into it. And it's now a 3-0 lead in favor of the Honey Hunters. That'll bring up Jake Skoll, the center fielder. He's batting ninth tonight. First pitch misses to Jake, 1-0, and now he takes the second pitch, a hard ground ball to the first baseman. Sundberg comes up, or not Sundberg, pardon me, Jared Walker comes up with it and takes it to the bag himself, and that'll do it for Jake and the Honey Hunters in the bottom of the second inning, but not before they push 3 runs across on 3 hits. And at the end of 2 innings of play, Gastonia 3, Southern Maryland nothing. We'll be back with the 3rd inning on the Honey Hunters Radio Network.
GSM Services helps people live better through improved comfort, health, and energy efficiency. GSM Services provides high-quality home and commercial improvement services. They offer services for heating and cooling, energy audits, duct and dryer vent cleaning, attic insulation, crawl space solutions, generators, commercial roofing, and HVAC, indoor air cleaning products, and much, much more. GSM has been taking care of their customers' comfort since 1927. This unmatched experience has led them to build reliable processes to serve you and offer guidance to help you choose the right options for your home business comfort needs. Call 1-800-NEW-COOL or visit GSMsince1927.com to talk to someone about the comfort issues you have in your home. GSM is a proud sponsor of your Gastonia Honey Hunters. Call 1-800-NEW-COOL or visit GSMsince1927.com. Go Honey Hunters! Whether you're stuck in traffic after a long day at work or working through a 10-game road trip, nothing feels as good as being home. If you're looking to enter the marketplace as a buyer or a seller, Moss Realty has a proven history of results with professionals that operate in the highest spirit of ethical conduct. Let them work for you. Call 704-865-5555 and find out how Moss Realty gets it done. 704-865-5555, Moss Realty.
This is Sam Bordner of the Gastonia Honey Hunters, and you are listening to the Honey Hunters Radio Network.
Well, the craziness that was the bottom of the second inning here at Carabao Health Park has passed us by, and the Honey Hunters were able to get 2 runs in the inning. They took 1 hit away from Emmanuel Tapia and called it a fielder's choice from 9-6 to get Luis Castro, or to get Luis Roman at second base. So they've changed that to a fielder's choice instead. So there were 2 hits in the inning, but one of them a home run from Alex Holderbach. And it is 3-0 in favor of Gastonia as we head to the top of the 3rd inning. And for Southern Maryland, we're back to the top of the order, and Jack Sundberg, who walked in his first trip to the plate. Dakota Chalmers on the mound, delivers high, ball 1 ball and no strikes. Chalmers has good velocity, and he mixes it up with a pretty decent breaking ball as well. From the stretch, the 0-1 pitch, that's fouled back. I'm sorry, the 1-0 pitch is fouled back. 1 ball and 1 strike. Alex Holderbach behind the plate for the 2nd night in a row. Catching for Chalmers. Ian Yetzko is on deck. And then Braxton Lee, the numbers 1, 2, and 3 hitters here in the top of the 3rd. Chalmers gets set. There's the pitch, another high off-speed pitch. 2 balls and 1 strike. Sundberg back in the batter's box. The 2-1 pitch is a high breaking ball again. 3 balls and 1 strike now. And the next pitch is also out of the strike zone, so ball 4. Second time in the game that Sundberg has walked, and the only 2 walks given up by Chalmers so far. That'll bring up Ian Yetzko, who singled and stole a base back in the first inning. Yetzko, the right-handed batter. Runner goes, the throw down is sailed into center field. And Jake Skoll gets the ball back in a hurry. As Cole Freeman jumped up to try and get that ball, when he came down, he held his glove in front of Sundberg's face so he couldn't see the ball. I've never seen that before. But Sundberg had a head-first slide, and Freeman just held the glove right in front of him. He couldn't see the ball as Skoll got it back in before Freeman could advance to third. There's one hit foul down the third base line. Caught by the third base coach and tossed over to the Honey Hunters dugout. Southern Maryland wearing their red jerseys with their blue numbers on the back. Gray pants. Looks like dark blue helmets. Dakota Chalmers comes back to the plate. Delivers low, ball 2, 2 balls and 1 strike. Yetzko with his back foot all the way on the back line of the right-handed batter's box. Looks at a breaking ball, and that misses low. The count is 3-1. First base is open with nobody out. Dakota Chalmers decides to take a little walk around the mound and have a sales meeting with himself. Now he's back on top. Plants on the rubber and stares in to get a sign from Alex Holderbach. Chalmers has the one he wants. Now he gets set. Checking the runner, checking him again. Now coming to the plate, and there's a foul ball high behind home plate and out of play. So a 3-2 count to Yetzko with first base open. Jack Sundberg down on second base. Next pitch, breaking ball swung on and missed. Sundberg is going to go down to third on that one as the ball gets away from Holderbach. Alex has to run to his right and make the throw to first base to complete the strikeout. So Yetzko strikes out from 2 to 3 for the out, and that's the first out in the inning. But on the play, Sundberg advances on the wild pitch. And that'll bring up Braxton Lee, the right fielder. Lee got caught looking at strike 3 in his first at-bat. He's 0 for 1 on the night. Slaps one foul out of play over the picnic area in left field. No balls and 1 strike. At 2 1/3 innings, and Chalmers already thrown 47 pitches. That one misses, ball 1, 1 ball and 1 strike. There's a ground ball to first baseman Tapia. He will step on the bag, but the run will come home from third base. Tapia opts for the sure out. So there are 2 down now as Sundberg comes home. Lee is out, grounding out to first. That'll bring up the designated hitter, David Harris. Harris struck out in his first at-bat. 0 for 1. 1 hit, 1 run, no errors for the Blue Crabs. 3 hits and 3 runs for the Honey Hunters, but they have committed an error. Top of the third inning with 2 outs, and it's 3-1 Gastonia. Harris batting with bases empty now. Next pitch to him misses inside. Ball 2, 2 balls and no strikes. There's one hit high in the air to left field, and that ball is going to sail into the parking lot. And all of a sudden it's 3-2 as Harris drives one to deep left field. And it's interesting where it landed. There are cars right there where it landed, but the place where it landed, no car is parked in between 2 others. Somebody was fortunate not to take that parking place. 3-2 in favor of Gastonia. 2 hits now for the Blue Crabs. And Dakota Chalmers comes to the plate to Alex Crosby with a fastball over for a strike. No balls and 1 strike. Crosby, left-handed batter, lined out to right field in his first at-bat. Next pitch, fastball misses, ball 1, 1 ball and 1 strike. There's the 1-1 pitch, a breaking ball. That's going to be rolled to Tapia. He'll take it to the bag himself at first. And Chalmers gets out of it, but the Blue Crabs get 2 runs on 1 hit. Nobody left on base. And at the end of 2.5 innings of play, Gastonia 3, Southern Maryland 2, on the Honey Hunters Radio Network.
GSM Services helps people live better through improved comfort, health, and energy efficiency. GSM Services provides high-quality home and commercial improvement services. They offer services for heating and cooling, energy audits, duct and dryer vent cleaning, attic insulation, crawl space solutions, generators, commercial roofing, and HVAC, indoor air cleaning products, and much, much more. GSM has been taking care of their customers' comfort since 1927. This unmatched experience has led them to build reliable processes to serve you and offer guidance to help you choose the right options for your home business comfort needs. Call 1-800-NEW-COOL or visit GSMsince1927.com to talk to someone about the comfort issues you have in your home. GSM is a proud sponsor of your Gastonia Honey Hunters. Call 1-800-NEW-COOL or visit GSMsince1927.com. Go Honey Hunters! Since 1927, GSM Services has been the experts for providing services and finding solutions for issues such as heating and cooling, hot, cold, or drafty rooms, high utility bills, nasty crawl spaces, attic insulation, duct and dryer vent cleanings, indoor air quality, and much more. GSM Services, your one-stop shop for all comfort issues in your home. GSM offers 100% satisfaction guaranteed, and right now they're offering a free home energy audit. So if you're having any issues in your home or office, know that you can always trust leaving your comfort to GSM. Call 1-800-NEW-COOL or visit GSMsince1927.com to talk to someone about any comfort issues you're having in your home. GSM is a proud sponsor of your Gastonia Honey Hunters. The Gas House Bar and Grill is the place to find a broad palette of menu items that you won't find anywhere else at Caramont Health Park. Burgers? Got it. Pulled pork nachos, Check. How about jerk chicken sandwich? Whether you're stuck in traffic after a long day at work or working through a 10-game road trip, nothing feels as good as being home. If you're looking to enter the marketplace as a buyer or a seller, Moss Realty has a proven history of results with professionals that operate in the highest spirit of ethical conduct. Let them work for you. Call 704-865-5555 and find out how Moss Realty gets it done. 704-865-5555, Moss Realty.
My apologies for the musical interlude. I had to step away for a moment. We are in the bottom of the third inning here at Caramont Health Park. Bob Woodard with you. And the Honey Hunters lead 3-2 after scoring 3 in the bottom of the second. Southern Maryland came back with 2 in the top of the third. And Darian Sanford leads off with a walk to start off the bottom of the third inning. Keep in mind, Sanford has great stolen base prowess down at first as Cole Freeman steps to the plate. Cole grounded out to the shortstop in his first at-bat. First pitch, a good off-speed pitch over for a strike from Adrian Cook. And it's no balls and 1 strike to the Honey Hunters second baseman, Cole Freeman. Adrian Cook tosses over to first to keep Sanford close to the bag. Sanford goes on the pitch. Cole Freeman hits one in the air to the left center field, the center fielder, and it bounces right in front of him. Boy, he had Sanford fooled. It looked like he was going to make the catch, and he made it look that way as Sanford turned and took a step back toward first base. But once the ball bounced, he slid back into second base head first, just ahead of the throw from the center fielder, Zach Collier. So a walk and a single, nobody out, runners on first and second, and here is Joseph Rosa, the shortstop. The scoreboard says 4 hits for the Honey Hunters. I've got them with 3. Right, but I've got. That's why I said we're talking with Kevin Daskowitz, who is the Major League Baseball data analyst. That's I couldn't come up with the word data. But Kevin is in the booth with us tonight. So, yeah, it was a fielder's choice on the Tapia play, but the scoreboard says 4 hits, and we've only got 3 then, right? Right, we got the home run, the single by Jarrett. Oh, and the single, no, I've only got 2 hits in that inning, don't I? Right, the Jarrett single, Roman was a single, that's right, okay. That's where I missed it. In any event, back to the action now. Joseph Rosa is facing a 2-1 count with nobody out. Darian Sanford down at second base. Stopping to have a I'm sure, cordial conversation with Michael Baca, the shortstop. Next pitch, Rosa hits one in the air, and that's going to be in the gap. It hits off the wall. Sanford will score. Rosa gets to second base with a sliding double. On the play, Cole Freeman goes to third. He thought about coming home, but he was held up at third base, and it's now 4-2 in favor of Gastonia. A long fly double right off the wall in right center field. Nobody was going to catch that one. And Sanford and Freeman just got on their horses and took off. Freeman going from first to third. Sanford coming home to score. Still nobody out, and here's Zach Jarrett with 2 runners in scoring position now. 5th hit of the ball game for the Honey Hunters, and the first pitch to Jarrett is a fastball over for a strike. Right at the knees, no balls and 1 strike. Jarrett turned around and having a little discussion with home plate umpire Kevin Morgan, no doubt saying, "What a great call, sir." There's a breaking ball, and Jarrett gets underneath it, sends it behind home plate for a foul. No balls and 2 strikes. Jarrett, from just about a half hour up the road in Hickory, got as far as AAA in the Orioles organization. Now down here in the Atlantic League, trying to make his way back. Next pitch to Jarrett, a breaking ball, just missed. Good pitch by Adrian Cook. Just close enough to entice a batter to perhaps swing, but just far enough outside that it wasn't a strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes, nobody out. Cook from the stretch, and Jarrett swings and misses at a high fastball, and he'll go down on strikes. So Jarrett strikes out, first out of the 3rd inning. Here comes Luis Roman, who singled in his first trip to the plate. And he was out on the Emmanuel Tapia play when Tapia hit a 1-hopper out to the right fielder, but he came in and played the ball on a 1-hop as he was running toward the infield and fired a strike to the second baseman, or to the shortstop, who was on the bag to get Roman out. First pitch to Luis, out of the strike zone, ball 1, 1 ball and no strikes. Luis with his back foot just inside the batter's box. You can just see a little bit of brown in between his shoe and the back of the batter's box. Looks at a breaking ball over for a strike. 1 ball and 1 strike to the Honey Hunter third baseman, Luis Roman. Next pitch, Roman fouls one off to the left and out of play. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Adrian Cook on the hill from the stretch. Here's the pitch. There's a fly ball on the infield. Center fielder's coming in, and he'll make the catch. On his horse from third, Cole Freeman, and they're going to get him. Good throw from center fielder Zach Collier right on the button to Mike Falsetti, the catcher, and Falsetti had his leg positioned in such a way that Cole Freeman couldn't even get his hand on the plate. So Roman goes down on a liner to the center fielder for the second out, and Freeman is out from the center fielder to the catcher. And that'll do it for the Honey Hunters. In the bottom of the third inning, but they are able to push one run across and extend their lead. At the end of 3 innings of play, it is 4-2 in favor of Gastonia. We'll be back on the Honey Hunters Radio Network.
Being first, the beginning of the line. So many people work so hard to be number one. But at Caramont Health, you don't have to struggle to be first. We prioritize you. Our award-winning teams use advanced treatments to serve you. We deliver the compassion and quality you deserve, always growing, building, and innovating for your care, your health, your life. Caramont Health. Care first.
This is Sam Bordner of the Gastonia Honey Hunters.
Well, that was interesting. The screen just went blank on me. Oh, it's baseball, folks, and we get to be a part of it, and it's a wonderful thing. We're heading to the top of the 4th inning. And for the Blue Crabs, it is going to be Alex Crosby, Zach Collier, and Jared Walker, the numbers 5, 6, and 7 hitters in the lineup. For Stan Clyburn, the manager of the Blue Crabs. And we're getting ready to start here the top of the 4th inning. Alex Crosby, the third baseman, lined out to Zach Jarrett in right field in his first at-bat. He's 0 for 1. First pitch to him is in the air, and Zach Jarrett on his horse going into the right center field gap, hauls it in. He and Jake Skoll were both chasing that ball, and Jarrett able to come up with it. So quickly, 1 away. That'll bring up the catcher, Zach Collier, who lined out to Jarrett also in his first at-bat. Count is 2 balls and no strikes to Jared Walker. 1 out, top of the 4th inning, 4-2 Gastonia. Chalmers delivers an off-speed pitch that Collier fouls off to the left and out of play. Count is 2 balls and 1 strike. Dakota Chalmers, the former Dodger farmhand, on the hill. Here's the pitch. Off-speed pitch. Collier thought about pulling the trigger and held up, and it was low, ball 3, 3 balls and 1 strike. Jared Walker on deck for the Blue Crabs. There's a pitch that's hit in the air, foul off to the left and out of play. That'll run the count to 3 balls and 2 strikes. Chalmers staring into Holderbach to get a sign. And with one out, here comes the 3-2 pitch. Breaking ball just missed upstairs, and he walked him, ball 4. So Collier draws the walk, and here comes Jared Walker. That'll bring up Michael Baca, the shortstop. Toss over to first base. It gets away
Being
from
first,
Tapia, and he
the
comes
beginning
in.
of the line. So many people.
He has to chase that ball down the first base line. Now Walker steps back into the batter's box, ready to take his turn against Dakota Chalmers. First pitch in the air, high, foul ball behind home plate. No balls and 1 strike. Runner goes from first. The pitch is fouled at the plate. So a failed hit and run by the Blue Crabs, and we'll come back and do it all over again. Collier had a good jump down at first. You know, you don't... Kevin Daskowitz, in my day, catchers didn't run that fast. The catcher, Zach Collier, down at first base, took off running, and he was picking them up and putting them down, folks. Here's the 0-2 pitch now to Walker. Breaking ball, check swing. No, he did not, says Calvin Baker down at first base, the umpire. Emmanuel Tapia turns around and tries to ask him if he wants to play Rochambeau for it. Tapia always has a smile on his face. He turned around and looked at Baker, the umpire, and was just smiling at him. We're going to do the 1-2 pitch now. Swung on and missed at a good breaking ball. Chalmers had Walker way out in front of that one. Got him swinging. So second out in the inning. That'll bring up Michael Baca, the shortstop. I'm sorry, that was Baca. That'll bring up Mike Falsetti, the catcher.
Brings up the catcher, Mike Falsetti.
High fly ball into right field. And Zach Jarrett hauls it in. So that'll do it for the Blue Crabs here in the top of inning number 4. At the end of 3.5, it's 4-2 in favor of the Honey Hunters on the Honey Hunters Radio Network.
Folks, it's been the thrill of a lifetime to bring professional baseball back to the airwaves of Gaston County. As a lifelong supporter of Gastonia baseball, I understood at an early age how important it was to hear the game when I couldn't be at the game. And with the advent of internet streaming now, Gastonia Honey Hunters games have even more import within the community. It also provides a great opportunity to get your message out to the Gaston County community. If advertising with the Honey Hunters is something that interests you, give me a call at 704-874-1810 and inquire about advertising with the Gastonia Honey Hunters. The number again, 704-874-1810. The Honey Hunters Radio Network, your hometown team. Thank you for supporting Gastonia baseball.
This is Jake Skoll of the Gastonia Honey Hunters, and you're listening to the Honey Hunters Radio Network.
Folks, do you find yourself lacking confidence in public places? Would you like to earn respect among your peers and be well received socially? I've got just the answer. The Honey Hunters Team Store is your source for all the best looking t-shirts, hats, and accessories for you, your kids, and even your dog. Look good, feel good, fan better. It's always drip season at the Honey Hunters Team Store at Caramont Health Park. Where do Honey Hunters fans find their drip? Your fashion destination is in the gas house at the Honey Hunters Team Store at Caramont Health Park. Put some swag in your bag at the Honey Hunters Team Store. Ladies and gentlemen, as a public service, here's a little vocabulary lesson for all the parents out there. The word is drip. It means cool, trendy, or hip. Where do Honey Hunters fans find their drip? Your fashion destination in the gas house is at the Honey Hunters Team Store at Caramont Health Park. Put some swag in your bag at the Honey Hunters Team Store. Hashtag drip season. Seriously, I have no idea what drip season.
I don't know what drip season is, Brian Rushing. Of course, Brian, our PA announcer here at Caramont Health Park for the home games. And then when the Honey Hunters go on the road, you can catch Brian on the Honey Hunters Radio Network, WGNC 1450 AM and 101.1 FM. And of course, our thanks goes out to Scott Neisler at WGNC for all the help he does in bringing you Honey Hunters baseball on the Honey Hunters Radio Network. We're in the bottom of the fourth inning. Luis Castro is up for the Honey Hunters. Adrian Cook still on the mound for the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs. Castro was out on batter's interference in his first at-bat. Looks at another ball low. It's 2-0 now. Luis playing left field tonight for the Honey Hunters. Cook taking a long time to get the sign, and he comes to the plate with an off-speed pitch. Castro swings right through it. A 78-mile-an-hour wiggler. It's going to be Castro, Emmanuel Tapia, and Alex Holderbach. Numbers 6, 7, and 8 hitters in the lineup for Goose Gosso this inning. That one is hit high in the air. First baseman just a few feet into foul territory. And he will make the grab. So Jared Walker didn't have to go too far into foul territory for that one. And Castro is gone. That'll bring up Emmanuel Tapia. Tapia got I'll say he got a hit. It was a one-hopper to the right fielder, but the right fielder came up throwing and was able to get Luis Roman at second base. So it went 9-6, fielder's choice instead of giving Tapia the hit. So he's actually 0 for 1 on the night, even though he hit and got on base and scored a run. I mean, he hit the ball into the outfield and got on base and scored a run. He also stole a base. The count is 2-0 to Emmanuel. Left-handed batter in against the right-hander Adrian Cook. 3 balls and no strikes as that fastball sails low. Cook is not going to overpower you with his speed. His fastball touches around 90, 91 sometimes, but typically 89, 90. But he's got good movement on his other pitches and a good breaking ball. There's the fastball. Tapia swings right through it. 3 balls and 1 strike. So Tapia with the green light on 3-0. Now he steps back in with a 3-1 count. 4-2 in favor of the Honey Hunters here in the bottom of the fourth inning, and that pitch is low, ball 4. So Tapia will take off the ankle guard on his right leg and trot down to first base, and here comes Alex Holderbach, who hit a home run in his first at-bat with Tapia on base, so it was a 2-run homer. Holderbach batting .241 as he stands at the plate. First pitch to him is a fastball strike. No balls and 1 strike. Good pitch right around the elbows. Adrian Cook on the hill from the stretch, holding Tapia on. Now he steps off the rubber and looks over to first base. Tapia back to the bag. There's the next pitch. That one is low and outside. Holderbach holds up his left hand to Tapia as if to say, don't go anywhere. The catcher dove sharply to his right to get that one and to keep it from going back to the fence, to the backstop. Holderbach hails from Fairfield, Ohio. Made it as high as Double-A in the Astros organization. 3 home runs on the year, including the last time he was at bat when he drilled one to left center field for a 2-run shot. And that right now is the difference in the ballgame. Honey Hunters 4, Blue Crabs 2, bottom of the fourth inning, 1 out. And Emmanuel Tapia on first base. Alex Holderbach at the plate with a 2-1 count. Adrian Cook from the stretch. Holderbach lifts it foul. That's going to go out of play. And that'll even the count at 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. That one's in the dirt. Nice stop behind the plate by Mike Falsetti, the catcher, as that one bounced about 6 inches in front of home plate. That keeps Tapia at first base, and now a 3-2 count with 1 out. Holderbach steps back into the batter's box. Adrian Cook shaking a couple of signs off. Now he's got the one he wants, and Holderbach steps out of the batter's box. The cat and mouse game that goes on between the pitcher and the batter. I think that's where brushback pitches originated. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Tapia goes, and it's ball 4. So Holderbach draws a walk. Tapia down at second base. And now here comes the center fielder, Jake Skoll. So second walk in a row given up by Adrian Cook. First Tapia and then Holderbach, and now here's Jake Skoll, who has 17 home runs and 42 runs batted in on the year, trying to see if he can add to those totals here and give the Honey Hunters a little bit of a cushion. First pitch to Jake is outside, ball 1, 1 ball and no strikes. Next pitch misses again, ball 2, 2 balls and no strikes. So all of a sudden, Adrian Cook having trouble finding the strike zone. Walked 2 batters in a row, and now he's 2-0 to Skoll. And that's a dangerous guy to mess around with. You don't want to go 3-0 to Jake. Checks the runner at second, comes to the plate, and 3-0 it is indeed as he bounces one inside. Jake Skoll takes a walk out of the batter's box. The left-handed batter waiting for Cook to get back up on top of the mound. Now he steps back into the batter's box. Taps the front corner of the plate closest to him, and now we're ready to go. Here's the 3-0 pitch. And again, low, ball 4, so a 4-pitch walk, 3 walks in a row. And with 1 out, Adrian Cook has worked himself into a little bit of a jam as we're going back to the top of the order. And Darian Sanford. Sanford walked in his last at-bat. Now we're starting to get some activity down in the Blue Crabs bullpen. Catcher Mike Falsetti out to the mound to have a word with Adrian Cook. Kevin Morgan, the home plate umpire, was halfway out to the mound before they broke up their little discussion. And now here's Darian Sanford. Bases loaded, 1 out. Bottom of the 4th inning, 4-2 Gastonia. Cook from the windup. Sanford hits one high in the air, and the catcher looking for third baseman coming in and calling him off, and makes the catch in foul territory. Sanford standing in the batter's box still just in disbelief. Grabs his bat and picks it up and drops his head at the same time and heads back to the dugout. Now here's Cole Freeman. Freeman doubled in his last at-bat. He's 1 for 2 on the night. He had 3 hits in last night's ball game. Bases loaded, 2 outs. He hits one on the ground to the third baseman. He's going to have to short hop it and hurry as Freeman's got some wheels, and he just does get him by a step. So the Honey Hunters knocked at the door but couldn't get it open enough to come in. As Freeman grounds out, and they waste 3 walks in a row. No hits in the inning, no runs, 3 runners left on base. We'll be back with the top of the 5th inning on the radio, on the Honey Hunters radio network.
Being first, the beginning of the line. So many people work so hard to be number 1. But at Caramont Health, you don't have to struggle to be first. We prioritize you. Our award-winning teams use advanced treatments to serve you. We deliver the compassion and quality you deserve, always growing, building, and innovating for your care, your health, your life. Caramont Health. Care first.
Following has been a broadcast of the Gastonia Honey Hunters radio network. Gastonia Honey Hunters baseball is brought to you by GSM. Whether you're stuck in traffic after a long day at work or working through a 10-game road trip, nothing feels as good as being home. If you're looking to enter the marketplace as a buyer or a seller, Moss Realty has a proven history of results with professionals that operate in the highest spirit of ethical conduct. Let them work for you. Call 704-865-5555 and find out how Moss Realty gets it done. 704-865-5555, Moss Realty.
We head to the top of the 5th inning now at Caramont Health Park. Bob Woodard with you, and it's a 4-2 Honey Hunters lead. But Gastonia blew a golden opportunity in the bottom of the 4th inning, as with one out, there were 3 walks in a row to load the bases. But then Darian Sanford popped up in foul territory as the third baseman came toward home plate and made the catch, and then Cole Freeman grounded out to the third baseman to end the inning and the threat. Now Dakota Chalmers back out on the mound for the top of the 5th, delivers a strike to Jack Sundberg, the leadoff batter. No balls and 1 strike. 2 runs, 2 hits, no errors for Southern Maryland. 4 runs, 5 hits, and an error for Gastonia. Chalmers from the stretch delivers a fastball, 87 miles an hour. So maybe that was his changeup. He's been throwing around 93, 94. Looked pretty fast from here. No balls and 2 strikes. Chalmers delivers a breaking ball that stays upstairs. A ball and 2 strikes now. Now a breaking ball that is swung on and missed, and Sundberg goes down on strikes. So after 2 walks in the ball game, Sundberg swings and misses at a breaking ball in the dirt. And there's 1 out. Here comes Ian Yetzko, the second baseman. Yetzko singled in the first and stole a base and then struck out in the third. He's 1 for 2. Yetzko, the right-handed batter against the right-handed throwing Chalmers. From the stretch, Chalmers comes with a breaking ball. Just low, ball 1, 1 ball and no strikes. There's a line drive to left field. Castro going back, jumps up. And did he come down with the baseball? Yes, he did. So a nice catch as Castro went back in left field. Jumped up to make the catch. Such a nice play that Jake Skoll comes all the way over from center field to give him a glove bump. You've seen a fist bump, right? Well, they just bumped gloves. Great play in left field by Luis Castro to rob Yetzko of a hit. And here comes Braxton Lee, the right fielder. Lee got caught looking at strikes in the first inning and then grounded out to Emmanuel Tapia in the third. He's 0 for 2 on the night. Braxton Lee with an 0-1 count. Dakota Chalmers kind of moves that left foot till he feels right and then sets it and comes to the plate with a breaking ball high, 1 ball and 1 strike. Kind of a new twist that the pitchers have been doing when they come set, and they it's like they're pushing the dirt or trying to push their foot or move their foot until it feels just right. Kind of like tapping, and then he sets. Misses low, ball 2, 2 balls and 1 strike. Onus Farfan is throwing in the bullpen for the Honey Hunters behind Chalmers. And the next pitch, a good fastball swung on and missed by Braxton Lee. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Well, what a performance Jesus Balaguer put on last night to pick up his 22nd save of the year. The bullpen coming in and doing a great job for the Honey Hunters. Good breaking ball by Chalmers. And boy, did he fool Lee. Braxton swung right over the top of that and was all kinds of tied up. So second strikeout in the ball game for Lee. And Chalmers gets out of the 5th inning. We're headed to the bottom of the 5th. 4-2 in favor of Gastonia on the Honey Hunters Radio Network.
Being first, the beginning of the line. So many people work so hard to be number one. But at Caramont Health, you don't have to struggle to be first. We prioritize you. Our award-winning teams use advanced treatments to serve you. We deliver the compassion and quality you deserve, always growing, building, and innovating for your care, your health, your life. Caramont Health. Care first.
This is Sam Bordner of the Gastonia Honey Hunters, and you are listening to the Honey Hunters Radio Network.
Folks, do you find yourself lacking confidence in public places? Would you like to earn respect among your peers and be well received socially? I've got just the answer. The Honey Hunters Team Store is your source for all the best looking t-shirts, hats, and accessories for you, your kids, and even your dog. Look good, feel good,
hey, how are you?
Fan better. It's always drip season at the Honey Hunters Team Store at Caramont Health Park.
Oh, I'm just saying hi.
Where do Honey Hunters fans find their drip? Your fashion destination is in the gas house at the Honey Hunters Team Store at Caramont Health Park.
Bye.
Put some swag in your bag at the Honey Hunters Team Store. Ladies and gentlemen.
I guess I should turn my microphone off before I make phone calls to my wife at the house. Wow. Sorry about that, folks. All right, well, anyway, life's most embarrassing moments. My apologies, Honey Hunter fans and Blue Crab listeners who are catching this broadcast. Typically, I don't do things like that too often. Anyway, did you catch my name? Good. We're headed to the bottom of the 5th inning. It's going to be Joseph Rosa, Zach Jarrett, and Luis Roman for the Honey Hunters. Rosa doubled in his last at-bat. He's 1 for 2 on the night after grounding out in the 1st inning to the second baseman. Rosa, the shortstop, steps in now. Batting .318 as he stands at the plate. 1 hit tonight, a double, also an RBI. First pitch to him from Adrian Cook. Misses outside on a breaking ball. 1 ball and no strikes. There's a fastball that sails high and outside, and 2 balls and no strikes now. Zach Jarrett on deck, and then Luis Roman here in the bottom of the 5th inning. 4-2 Gastonia. 4 runs, 5 hits, and an error for the Honey Hunters. 2-2-0 for the Blue Crabs. Fouled off to the left, outside of first. Run the count to 2 balls and 1 strike. Rosa, a native of New York City, looks at a breaking ball that sails over for a strike, and that'll even the count at 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. 17 home runs on the year for Joseph. 73 runs batted in. Here's the 2-2. Breaking ball that's in the dirt. And that one actually got Rosa on the foot. So Rosa will take first base after being hit by a pitch. and that'll bring up Zach Jarrett. Rosa hopped on 1 foot all the way back to the on-deck circle in front of the Honey Hunters dugout before he was able to collect himself and put more weight on his foot again, but now he's trotting down to first, and he is okay. Jarrett comes up now, single in the second inning, stole a base and scored a run. Then he struck out in the third. He's 1 for 2 on the night. And Zach shatters his bat as he lines one to the shortstop, and Rosa goes too far off the bag, and he is doubled up at first base. Jarrett carrying his shattered bat back to the dugout with him. So quickly, 2 outs. And that'll bring up the third baseman, Luis Roman. Roman 1 for 2 on the night, singled in the third inning. And lined out to the center fielder in his last at-bat. From the left side of the plate, Roman fouls the first pitch off to the left and out of play. 1 balls and 1 strike. The lights are on at the ballpark, not quite taking full effect yet as the sun hasn't completely vacated the sky. Beautiful night here in Gastonia for baseball. Next pitch sails outside, ball 1, 1 ball and 1 strike. Next pitch is going to bounce in front of the plate, about a 58.5-foot fastball. And the count is 2-1. Breaking ball misses outside, and low ball 3. 3 balls, 1 strike. Adrian Cook from the windup, the 3-1 pitch. And Rosa smacks one into center field for a base hit. His second single of the night. I'm sorry, Roman, not Rosa. And that'll bring up Luis Castro. Castro was out on a batter's interference and then popped up into foul territory, and the first baseman caught that ball to retire Luis. So 2 outs, a runner on first base, 4-2 in favor of the Honey Hunters here in the bottom of the 5th. Adrian Cook trying to shut the door on the Honey Hunters here. Luis Castro would like nothing more than to extend the inning for Gastonia. First pitch to him is behind him. He leans forward and the ball goes back to the backstop. Roman travels down to first base, or to second base, pardon me. I've got to believe that's going to be a wild pitch. What say you, Kevin Daskowitz? Of course, Kevin shares the booth with us. He is the data analyst for Major League Baseball. Colton Miller has been here this week as well. There's a breaking ball, misses outside. That's going to run the count to 2 balls and no strikes. First base is open. Emmanuel Tapia is on deck for the Honey Hunters. Castro now with a runner in scoring position would like nothing more than to bring that run home and to pad the lead that the Honey Hunters have. Next pitch again low, ball 3, 3-0. So remember in the last inning, Adrian Cook walked 3 consecutive batters, and now he's in danger of walking another one. Here's the pitch. Again low, ball 4. So a 4-pitch walk to Luis Castro, and here comes Emmanuel Tapia. Boy, I wish you'd have been here last night to see the home run that Tapia hit. I mean, home runs are fun to watch anyway, but Tapia just tattooed the ball. Hit it right next to the Gas House Bar and Grill, just to the right field side of that, out in center field. And Emmanuel's a large fella. I mean, I would imagine, it's not hard to believe that he could hit a ball that far, but boy, it was fun to watch. Anyway, 2 outs, 2 runners on, first and second, and Tapia takes the first pitch and drives it to right field. That's going to be off the wall. Roman is going to come home. Castro's going to come home from third as the throw to second base to try and get Tapia, and he was safe. So when the throw went to second base, Castro just kept coming around third, and he will score. Tapia is safe at second base. The second baseman is still arguing his case with first base umpire Calvin Baker, and now Tapia is not getting up. The first base coach on his way out to check on his first baseman. And all he's going to do is take the ankle guard away from Emmanuel as Tapia now gets up from his kneeling position. Still smiling. He ended up sliding over second base, and his head was pointed toward first base with his feet pointed toward left field and his hand on the bag. In any event, he is safe, and it's 6-2 Gastonia. Here's Alex Holderbach. So they're giving Tapia obviously a hit on that. Is it a double or a single? It's a double, I would imagine. And 2 RBIs for Emmanuel. Pitch to Holderbach is fouled off to the right now to play. No balls and 2 strikes now to Alex. So that's 3 RBIs on the night for Tapia. He's also scored a run. 1 for 2 as he has doubled and hit into a fielder's choice and also walked. The 0-2 pitch to Holderbach, high and tight. Alex has to turn out of the way quickly to get away from that one. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Onus Farfan continues to throw down in the Gastonia bullpen. And you've got to wonder if that's going to be it for Dakota Chalmers. Here's the 1-2 pitch to Holderbach. Misses outside. The ball gets away from the catcher, but just to his right a few feet. And not far enough for Tapia to advance, so he'll remain down at second base. Boy, what a beautiful sky over the ballpark tonight as the sun is setting. Some gray clouds off in the distance, outlined a little bit by that orange that you see from the sun setting, and then there are some white wispy clouds over the ballpark. Next pitch is high to Holderbach. That'll run the count full to 3 balls and 2 strikes. Just a glorious night in Gastonia for baseball. Which reminds me, are you going to be here tomorrow night? Friday night fireworks. Spirit night at the ballpark. Fireworks afterwards. Come on out and watch the Gastonia Honey Hunters. Next pitch, a breaking ball that stays upstairs, and he's walked him. bullpen activity for the Blue Crabs. And Adrian Cook has walked 5 batters in the last 2 innings. That'll bring up Jake Skoll. Skoll walked in the last inning, the 3rd of the walks given up by Cook. First pitch to him misses, ball 1 with a fastball, 1 ball and no strikes. Jake grounded out to the first baseman in his first at-bat, swings at the next pitch, and that's hooked foul down the right field line. 1 ball and 1 strike. Cody Strayer is in the bullpen for the Blue Crabs. I would imagine if Cook does not get Jake Skoll here that we'll see Strayer in the ball game. In the dirt, the runner's going to go. Tapia from second base, and he is safe at third. Holderbach stays at first. But Tapia scooted on down to third as that ball got away from the catcher. And with 2 outs now, runners at first and third for Gastonia. The count 2-1 to Jake Skoll as the left-hander steps into the batter's box to try and extend the inning for the Honey Hunters. Tapia with a big lead away from third. The next pitch misses again. Ball 3, 3 balls and 1 strike. So for the second inning in a row, Adrian Cook is in danger of walking 3 batters. He's already walked Holderbach in the last 2 innings. Pitch to Skoll, misses, ball 4, and he's drawn 2 walks in the last 2 innings. He'll trot down to first base and load the bases. Now we're back to the top of the order, and Darian Sanford. All this happening with 2 outs. Catcher Mike Falsetti goes out to the mound. He wants to have a word with Adrian Cook. Got another arm up in the bullpen for the Blue Crabs. Can't tell who that is right now. They're down the right field line, and it's hard for us to see. I think they need to give us a mirror over here so that we can look right down that right field line and see what's going on. That. First pitch to Sanford, a breaking ball over for a strike. Pitching Darian backwards, no balls and 1 strike. Sanford, left-handed batter against Adrian Cook, the right-hander. Cook trying to get out of this inning. Sanford lines one down the left field line, or the right field line. That's going to be a fair ball. Sanford's on his way to 2. Here comes Skoll around third. Sanford's going to third base. And Skoll scores, and now Sanford's going to come all the way around on a throw to the plate that got away from the catcher, and Sanford scores. So Darian Sanford clears the bases and then follows him home after the ball gets away from the catcher. And the Honey Hunters have put a 6 spot on the board here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Let's see how in the world they score that. I'm sure they're going to give Sanford a double and then advancing to third on the throw and coming home on the throw, getting away from the catcher. But that's going to do it for Adrian Cook, as Stan Clyburn makes his way out to the mound and takes the ball from his right-hander. We're going to sort all this out and be back. We'll tell you about the new pitcher right after this on the Honey Hunters Radio Network.
Folks, it's been the thrill of a lifetime to bring professional baseball back to the airwaves of Gaston County. As a lifelong supporter of Gastonia baseball, I understood at an early age how important it was to hear the game when I couldn't be at the game. And with the advent of internet streaming now, Gastonia Honey Hunters games have even more import within the community. It also provides a great opportunity to get your message out to the Gaston County community. If advertising with the Honey Hunters is something that interests you, give me a call at 704-874-1810 and inquire about advertising with the Gastonia Honey Hunters. The number again, 704-874-1810. The Honey Hunters Radio Network, your hometown team. Thank you for supporting Gastonia baseball.
This is Jake Skoll, the Gastonia Honey Hunters, and you're listening to the Honey Hunters Radio Network. This is Jake.
You're stuttering, Jake. All right. I think we've got it figured out, folks. A triple for Darian Sanford to drive in 3 runs. So he gets a triple, 3 runs batted in, and he comes home on the error that got away from the catcher. We're going to find out who that error was on. We don't know quite yet, but 6 runs come across in the inning for the Honey Hunters, and they're not done yet, as Cole Freeman will come to the plate. He will be the 9th batter of the inning for Gastonia. The new pitcher in the ball game for Southern Maryland, and that's Cody Strayer. Strayer, a 6'1", 195-pounder from Worthington, Ohio. And Southern Maryland is as high as he's gotten in his professional baseball career. So the right-hander will take over on the bump now, and Cole Freeman steps in. Freeman 0 for 3 on the night. No, he got a double. I'm sorry. He's 1 for 3 on the night. First pitch to him misses, ball 1, 1 ball and no strikes. Strayer, a sidewinder, delivers low, ball 2, 2-0. Strayer from the stretch. Comes back to the plate again. That's going to be outside. Okay, the error is going to be on the second baseman on that play that brought Darian Sanford home. 3-0 is the count to Cole Freeman, the 9th batter to come to the plate for the Honey Hunters. Strayer on the mound for the Blue Crabs. Delivers a strike, 3 balls and 1 strike. Freeman, a total submarine pitcher. Leans way down and comes from the side. There's one on the ground to the second baseman. He picks it up, throws across, and that's going to do it for Freeman and the Honey Hunters here in the 5th inning, but not before they send 9 batters to the plate and score.
Online education is better with us at Bell. Online education is better with us. At Belmont Abbey College, we offer quality, affordable online degrees that fit your life and your budget. We're better because with us, our faith foundation drives all we do. We care about every student. We instill every degree with excellence and virtue. Plus, we're local, personal, and ready to help you thrive. Experience the Abbey difference. Get the better online degree with Belmont Abbey College. Register today and you could win dinner for two on us. Visit gohoneyhunters.com/Belmont Abbey to learn more.
Comes to the plate 0-1, and it's lifted in the air, and that's going to sail foul off to the right and out of play. That'll run the count to no balls and 2 strikes. College Spirit Night here at the ballpark, and just saw a lady walk by with a Morgantown shirt on, representing. And of course, Madison, our master of ceremonies here at the ballpark, sporting her Gardner Webb t-shirt and very proudly representing the Runnin' Bulldogs. Farfan to the plate. Got him looking at a fastball, strike 3. So 2 outs now, and we're back to the catcher, Mike Falsetti. Falsetti has struck out and flied out to right field, 0 for 2 on the night. He will step into the right-handed batter's box against the left-hander, Onus Farfan. First pitch, misses low, ball 1, 1 ball and no strikes. So Farfan started off the inning pitching to the pitcher from the Blue Crabs, Cody Strayer, who fouled several pitches off before hitting a sharp ground ball to the shortstop. And then 3 singles in a row, and now there's a line drive down the right field line, and that's going to be a foul ball. Boy, did Farfan dodge a bullet there as Falsetti hit it on the button, just foul down the right field line. In any event, I was telling you, Strayer grounded out to Joseph Rosa at shortstop. And then 3 singles in a row to load the bases. Michael Baca struck out looking. And now the count is 1 ball and 1 strike to the catcher, Mike Falsetti. Farfan from the stretch. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Check swing. They check at first base. Calvin Baker says no swing. So 2 balls and 1 strike as that fastball was low. Falsetti came into the ball game batting .231. 39 at bats. He had 9 hits. 1 home run and 6 runs batted in. Now he's at the plate with an opportunity to drive in some more runs. 2 outs, top of the 6th inning. Bases are loaded in a 10-2 ball game. 10 runs for Gastonia on 8 hits, 2 runs on 5 hits for Southern Maryland. The next pitch is high. That runs the count to 3 balls and 1 strike. Jesus Balaguer throwing down in the bullpen for the Honey Hunters. I'm sorry, that is not Balaguer. Ball 4, and he walked him, so he's walked a run in. And now it's 10-3 Honey Hunters, as Falsetti takes a walk down to first base. Raul Shaw comes in to score. And we're back to the top of the order, and Jack Sundberg comes to the plate. So 3 singles and a walk produce a run for the Blue Crabs here in the 6th inning. And now Reggie Harris is on his way out to the mound. The pitching coach wants to have a word with his left-hander. There's a right-hander throwing in the bullpen. And that is Ezekiel Zabaleta. So Ezekiel Zabaleta throwing in the pen for the Honey Hunters. Coach Harris has had his say with Farfan. The umpire joined the conversation, as well as Alex Holderbach. Now everybody's going back to their assigned places. And with 2 outs, here comes the leadoff batter, Jack Sundberg. Sundberg, the 7th batter to come to plate in this inning. 10 runs, 10 to 3 in favor of Gastonia. 10 runs, 8 hits and an error for the Honey Hunters. 3 runs, 5 hits and an error for the Blue Crabs. Pitch gets away from Holderbach. The runner's coming home. The toss to the plate. No toss. Holderbach hangs on to it, and the run scores. So now it's 10 to 4. As a wild pitch. Brings Zach Collier home with the 4th run of the game for the Blue Crabs. So a rough inning for Onus Farfan. The next pitch, low, ball 2, 2 balls and no strikes. Two balls, no strikes, 2 outs, top of the 6th inning. 2 runs are across. 10 to 4 Honey Hunters. Ball 3 high. And Farfan in danger of walking another batter to load the bases again. Here's the 3-0 pitch. Fastball over for a strike. Sundberg has already walked twice in the ball game. He's got a stolen base and has scored a run. Struck out in the 5th inning in his last at bat. Here's the 3-1 pitch from Farfan. Missed, ball 4, and he's walked him. So Sundberg will draw a walk. That will load the bases again. And now here comes Goose Gazzo out to the mound, and that's going to do it for Farfan. And Ezekiel Zabaleta will be called on to come in and shut the door. Farfan leaves, having allowed 3 hits and 3 runs. He leaves with the bases loaded and 2 outs as Gazzo hands the ball to Zabaleta. We'll be back right after this on the Honey Hunters Radio Network.
Being first, the beginning of the line. So many people work so hard to be number 1. But at Caramont Health, you don't have to struggle to be first. We prioritize you. Our award-winning teams use advanced treatments to serve you. We deliver the compassion and quality you deserve, always growing, building, and innovating for your care, your health, your life. Caramont Health. Care first.
This is Sam Bordner of the Gastonia Honey Hunters, and you are listening to the Honey Hunters Radio Network.
Looking for a new career? Want to make in upwards of $40,000 a year? Want to work a schedule that fits your lifestyle? Want to do it in the front seat of your car? I figured I had your attention. Domino's Pizza is now hiring. If you want to cash in on a new opportunity, log on to jobs.domino's.com. That's jobs.domino's.com. Looking for... Don't miss out on all the action at Caramount Health Park this summer. Get your tickets for every Honey Hunters game by calling 704-874-1810 or log on to www.gohoneyhunters.com/tickets to reserve your spot this season. That number again, 704-874-1810. Gastonia Honey Hunters Baseball, 704-874-1810.
Well, Ezekiel Zabaleta is done with his warm-up tosses. He will be pitching to Ian Yetzko with runners on first and second and 2 outs. First pitch breaking ball misses low. Ball 1 ball and no strikes. The Blue Crabs with 3 singles and 2 walks in the inning to produce 2 runs. I'm sorry, the bases are loaded. Check swing, no swing, says Calvin Baker at first base. 2 balls and no strikes. Yetzko, right-handed batter against the right-handed throwing Zabaleta. There's the 2-0 pitch. Fastball over for a strike. And he put some heat on that one, 94 miles an hour. 2 balls and 1 strike. Zabaleta trying to get 1 out and get the Honey Hunters out of the jam here in the top of the 6th inning. 2 runs across already. 10-4 Honey Hunters after they plated 6 in the bottom of the 5th. Ezekiel Zabaleta on the mound. Yetzko steps out of the batter's box, so Zabaleta steps off the rubber, takes his hat off and wipes his brow with his forearm. Now he's back on top and we're ready to go. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Breaking ball swung on and missed, and boy did he have Yetzko fooled on that one. That was one of those swings where you look at the batter and it's like he wanted to swing, he didn't want to swing, but he swung anyway. Runs the count even to 2 balls and 2 strikes. Zabaleta lets out a big sigh. Now comes to the plate 2-2. The breaking ball in the dirt. Good stop by Alex Holderbach to keep that ball in front of him. And the count is full. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. The runners will be going on the next pitch. Zabaleta goes behind the mound, takes a big deep sigh. Now he's back on top. Staring in to get a sign from Alex Holderbach. Zabaleta comes set. Here's the payoff pitch. He swung at it, and the first base umpire, Calvin Baker, again says no swing. It was a check swing, no swing, so ball 4 and another run comes across. Zabaleta walks halfway between the mound and second base. Not happy with himself on that pitch. The pitch was in the dirt. So Yetzko draws a walk. And that brings Jared Walker home with the 3rd run of the inning. It's 10-5 in favor of the Honey Hunters. Now the batter is Braxton Lee, the 9th man to come to the plate for the Blue Crabs. Matt Hibbert is going to be the pinch hitter for Braxton Lee. Hibbert, a right-handed batter. First pitch from Zabaleta, over for a strike, no balls and one strike. 94-mile-an-hour fastball by Ezekiel. Hibbert batting .216 on the year. The 0-1 pitch to him. Fastball swung on and missed. That pitch 95 miles an hour. No balls and two strikes, 2 outs. Bases remain loaded. Ezekiel Zabaleta comes to the plate. High fastball. Just upstairs, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Mike Falsetti at third base. Jack Sundberg at second. Ian Yetzko at first. Here's the pitch up in the air, and that's going to sail foul and out of play. 1 ball and 2 strikes. And Matt Hibbert, the pinch hitter, at the plate with a 1-2 count. So in the bottom of the 5th inning, the Honey Hunters sent 9 batters to the plate. And now in the top of the 6th inning, the Blue Crabs have done the same. So far, the only difference, the Honey Hunters have scored 6 runs in the bottom of the 5th. The Blue Crabs have only been allowed to get 3 runs in this inning. 10-5 Gastonia. Here's the 1-2 pitch with 2 outs. Zabaleta with a big sigh now comes to the plate, swung on and missed, strike 3, and he got him. So Zabaleta gets out of the jam as he strikes out the pinch hitter Matt Hibbert. And that'll do it for the Blue Crabs in the top of the 6th inning. 10 runs for Gastonia, 5 for Southern Maryland. We'll be back with the bottom of the 6th inning on the Honey Hunters Radio Network.
GSM Services helps people live better through improved comfort, health, and energy efficiency. GSM Services provides high-quality home and commercial improvement services. They offer services for heating and cooling, energy audits, duct and dryer vent cleaning, attic insulation, crawl space solutions, generators, commercial roofing, and HVAC, indoor air cleaning products, and much, much more. GSM has been taking care of their customers' comfort since 1927. This unmatched experience has led them to build reliable processes to serve you and offer guidance to help you choose the right options for your home business comfort needs. Call 1-800-NEW-COOL or visit GSM-since-1927.com to talk to someone about the comfort issues you have in your home. GSM is a proud sponsor of your Gastonia Honey Hunters. Call 1-800-NEW-COOL or visit GSM-since-1927.com. Go Honey Hunters! Whether you're stuck in traffic after a long day at work or working through a 10-game road trip, nothing feels as good as being home. If you're looking to enter the marketplace as a buyer or a seller, Moss Realty has a proven history of results with professionals that operate in the highest spirit of ethical conduct. Let them work for you. Call 704-865-5555 and find out how Moss Realty gets it done. 704-865-5555, Moss Realty. Don't miss out on all the action at Caramount Health Park this season. Log on to www.gohoneyhunters.com/tickets to reserve your spot all summer long. That's gohoneyhunters.com/tickets. Don't miss out on all the action at Caramount.
To the bottom of the 6th inning we go. Joseph Rosa will lead off for the Honey Hunters. He will be followed by Zach Jarrett and Luis Roman, the 3, 4, and 5 hitters. First pitch to Rosa, low, ball 1 from Cody Strayer, who stays in the game, and of course, after batting for himself, you would expect nothing less. Strayer, the submariner. Right-hander delivers outside, ball 2, 2 balls and no strikes. 10 runs for the Honey Hunters, 5 for the Blue Crabs. Gastonia with 8 hits, Southern Maryland with 5. Each team has an error. Rosa was hit by a pitch in his last at-bat. Looks at one over the plate for strike 1, 2 balls and 1 strike. Rosa doubled in the 3rd inning and grounded out in the 1st. He hits one to the second baseman just as he did in the 1st inning, and he grounds out 4-3 for the first out here in the bottom of the 6th. Zach Jarrett will now step to the plate. Jarrett singled in the 2nd inning, stole a base and scored the first run of the game for the Honey Hunters. Zach 1 for 3 on the night. First pitch to him from Strayer is low, ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes. One out, bottom of the 6th inning. 10-5, Gastonia. Jarrett lines one right over a jumping shortstop who missed it by just inches. A great effort down there at shortstop by Michael Baca, but Jarrett hit it right on the button. Second single of the ball game for Jarrett, and here comes Luis Ramon. Ramon singled twice in the ball game and lined out to the center fielder. He's 2 for 3. Strayer working from the stretch. First pitch to Roman, is over for a strike. No balls and 1 strike. Roman batting .268 as he stands at the plate. Also has a run scored tonight. Swings and misses at the next pitch. No balls and 2 strikes. Luis with 12 home runs on the year and 51 runs batted in. Strayer from the stretch comes to the plate 0-2, and Roman fouls it off to the left and out of play. The count holds it, no balls and 2 strikes. Next pitch from Strayer is fouled off to the left. That's going to sail into the picnic area behind the rocking chairs down the left field line. So Roman staying alive. Matt Hibbert takes over in right field for the Blue Crabs. Raul Shaw goes to second base after he batted for Alex Crosby, and Ian Yetzko moves from second to third. Swung on and missed, strike 3 to Roman, and he goes down on strikes for the second out of the inning, and that'll bring up Luis Castro. Zach Jarrett remains at first base. Here comes Castro, who has walked and scored a run in his last at-bat. Was out on a batter's interference in the second inning and hit a foul pop to the first baseman in the fourth inning. So he's 0 for 2 on the night. First pitch to him, over for a strike, no balls and 1 strike. Runner goes from first, the throw down, and it's in time to get him. So Jarrett tries to swipe second base. Did not get a great jump, but it was an excellent throw from Mike Falsetti on one hop down to his second baseman. Shaw, and Shaw applied the tag, and that did it for Jarrett. So third out, recorded on the base pass. Luis Castro will come back up to lead off the next inning here on the Honey Hunters Radio Network.
Folks, it's been the thrill of a lifetime to bring professional baseball back to the airwaves of Gaston County. As a lifelong supporter of Gastonia baseball, I understood at an early age how important it was to hear the game when I couldn't be at the game. And with the advent of internet streaming now, Gastonia Honey Hunters games have even more import within the community. It also provides a great opportunity to get your message out to the Gaston County community. If advertising with the Honey Hunters is something that interests you, give me a call at 704-874-1810 and inquire about advertising with the Gastonia Honey Hunters. The number again, 704-874-1810. The Honey Hunters Radio Network, your hometown team. Thank you for supporting Gastonia baseball. Whether you're stuck in traffic after a long day at work or working through a 10-game road trip, nothing feels as good as being home. If you're looking to enter the marketplace as a buyer or a seller, Moss Realty has a proven history of results with professionals that operate in the highest spirit of ethical conduct. Let them work for you. Call 704-865-5555 and find out how Moss Realty gets it done. 704-865-5555, Moss Realty.
To the top of inning number 7 we go. Ezekiel Zabaleta remains on the mound for the Honey Hunters, and it'll be Cody Strayer, the pitcher, coming up to bat again. Swings and misses at a 92-mile-an-hour fastball, no balls and 1 strike. This is Strayer's second at-bat in the ball game. He grounded out to shortstop in the last inning, swings and misses again at another fastball. That one up a tick at 93 miles an hour. Zabaleta comes back to the plate. Another fastball that misses. Ball 1, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Gotta wonder how much batting practice Cody Strayer has had this year. Typically, pitchers with a DH don't get much batting practice, and Strayer takes one over at the knees for strike 3. He thought the pitch was a little bit low, And somebody whistled as he's walking off the field. He took his helmet off and looked up into the stands and gave him a big smile. One away as Cody Strayer strikes out, walks back to the dugout to some adoring fans. That'll bring up Raul Shaw. This is Shaw's first at bat. He came in as a pinch runner in the last inning. He's playing second base. First pitch to him is an off-speed pitch. Good pitch by Zabaleta over for a strike. No balls and one strike. So pitching Shaw backwards, starting him off with a breaking ball. Now Zabaleta set. Here he comes with the 0-1. That's a fastball low in the dirt. Ball one, 1 ball and 1 strike. Ten runs, 9 hits, an error for Gastonia. 5 runs, 5 hits, and 1 hit and 1 error for the Blue Crabs. Swung on and missed at another breaking ball. The bottom just dropped out of it. Shaw swung right over the top. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Zach Collier, the catcher, is on deck for the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs, who trail 10-5 in this rubber game of the 3-game midweek series. Don't forget the High Point Rockers come into town tomorrow night. Be sure and catch all the action right here on the Honey Hunters Radio Network, or why don't you come on out for a Friday night spirit night and some fireworks at the ballpark. Game begins at 6:15. Here's the 2-2 pitch from Zabaleta, swung on and missed, strike 3. And Shaw kind of had a half swing at that strike, didn't really commit to the swing, and he goes down. So 2 strikeouts in a row for Zabaleta. Two outs now, and Collier, the catcher, steps in, the left-handed batter. Singled and scored a run in his last at-bat. Swung on and missed at an off-speed pitch, and boy, was he looking for something different than what he got. Zabaleta working from the stretch. The next pitch to Collier misses. Ball 1, 1 ball and 1 strike. Swung on and missed on an off-speed pitch, 84 miles an hour, and Collier swung right through it. Zabaleta from the stretch. Next pitch off-speed, misses low. Runs the count to 2 balls and 2 strikes. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Zabaleta comes to the plate and it's fouled back. Collier stays alive at 2-2. (10-5) in favor of Gastonia, trying to win this rubber game of the 3-game series. Here's the pitch in the dirt. That runs the count full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Jared Walker, the first baseman, is on deck for the Blue Crabs. Here's the payoff pitch from Zabaleta. Lined into right field for a base hit. Jarrett goes over and picks it up after 2 hops and gets it back into the infield. And Collier is on first base with his second hit in as many innings. And then that'll bring up Jared Walker, the first baseman, who also singled in the last inning and scored a run. Walker also hitting from the left-handed batter's box against Ezekiel Zabaleta. Here's the first pitch. Breaking ball swung on right over the top of it. An 85-mile-an-hour breaking ball. And Walker just looking fastball all the way. No balls and 1 strike. Jake Skoll playing shallow in center field, doesn't want to get anything by him. Next pitch also over for a strike, another breaking ball. That one 85 miles an hour. No balls and 2 strikes to Jared Walker. Zabaleta has the sign he wants now from Alex Holderbach. He comes set, checks the runner, comes to the plate, check swing, no swing. Ball 1, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Third base umpire Bradley Moffitt making the call that keeps Walker at the plate. Native of Powder Springs, Georgia. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Breaking ball that drops low. Ball 2, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Luis Castro giving Walker all of the left field line. Zach Jarrett shaded heavily toward right. Infield has the shift on. As the next pitch is swung on and missed, and Zabaleta gets out of the inning. So Walker goes down on strikes. Zabaleta strikes out the side. And that'll do it for the Blue Crabs in the top of the 7th inning. Gastonia 10, Southern Maryland 5. We'll be back on the Honey Hunters Radio Network.
GSM Services helps people live better through improved comfort, health, and energy efficiency. GSM Services provides high-quality home and commercial improvement services. They offer services for heating and cooling, energy audits, duct and dryer vent cleaning, attic insulation, crawl space solutions, generators, commercial roofing, and HVAC, indoor air cleaning products, and much, much more. GSM has been taking care of their customers' comfort since 1927. This unmatched experience has led them to build reliable processes to serve you and offer guidance to help you choose the right options for your home business comfort needs. Call 1-800-NEW-COOL or visit GSMsince1927.com to talk to someone about the comfort issues you have in your home. GSM is a proud sponsor of your Gastonia Honey Hunters. Call 1-800-NEW-COOL or visit GSMsince1927.com. Go Honey Hunters! Ladies and gentlemen, as a public service, here's a little vocabulary lesson for all the parents out there. The word is drip. It means cool, trendy, or hip. Where do Honey Hunters fans find their drip? Your fashion destination in the gas house is at the Honey Hunters team store at Caramount Health Park. Put some swag in your bag at the Honey Hunters team store. Hashtag drip season. Seriously, I have no idea what drip season means. Don't miss out on all the action at Caramount Health Park this summer. Get your tickets for every Honey Hunters game by calling 704-874-1810 or log on to www.gohoneyhunters.com/tickets to reserve your spot this season. That number again, 704-874-1810. Gastonia Honey Hunters Baseball, 704-874-1810.
This is Sam Bordner of the Gastonia Honey Hunters, and you are listening to the Honey Hunters Radio Network.
Cody Strayer back on the mound for the Blue Crabs to start the bottom of the 7th inning. He will be facing Luis Castro, Emmanuel Tapia, and Alex Holderbach. After a first pitch strike, he delivers one high, ball one. 1 ball and 1 strike. Strayer from that low sidearm slot comes over the plate, a ball and 2 strikes now. You got to imagine that they're looking at Strayer to finish the ball game, as they've let him bat for himself twice already. Right-hander staring in to get a sign. Taking quite a while. Castro's getting impatient, and Strayer steps off the back of the rubber. He wants to go through the signs again with his catcher, Mike Falsetti. Next pitch, good breaking ball. Castro knew it and turned around and walked away. Boy, Strayer brought that one to the plate with a lot of movement. And now here comes Emmanuel Tapia. Tapia 1 for 2 in the ball game, doubled and scored a run. He was on a fielder's choice in the 2nd inning and also scored a run and stole a base. And actually that fielder's choice really kind of robbed Tapia of a hit, because he hit the ball into right field, and on one hop the right fielder picked it up and threw to second base to get Luis Roman, who was on the base paths ahead of Tapia. So instead of the base hit, he got a fielder's choice. High fly ball to the left fielder, who moves over into the left center field to make the catch. And there are 2 outs. Alex Holderbach will come out of the on-deck circle now, as Tapia flies out to left field for the second out. Holderbach a home run in his first at-bat, got a couple of eyes in the 2nd inning, and then he's walked twice and scored another run. The run he scored was back in the 5th. Alex batting .241 as he stands at the plate, looks at a strike, no balls and 1 strike to the Honey Hunter catcher. Strayer's next pitch is hit right up the middle for a base hit, and Holderbach is 2 for 2 on the night. That'll bring up Jake Skoll, the center fielder. Jake batting in the 9 hole tonight, has 2 walks on the night, scored a run, and also grounded out to the first baseman unassisted in the 2nd inning. Skoll batting .254 as he steps to the plate. He also has a run scored tonight. Big shift on for Jake. The shortstop is playing right behind second base, and the third baseman is playing where the shortstop would normally play for a left-handed batter. But Skoll batting from the right side. No balls and 1 strike. Strayer comes set. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Misses, ball 1. 1 ball and 1 strike. Skoll, a native of Woodstock, Georgia. 17 home runs on the year, 42 runs batted in. Trying to add to that now. Hits one foul softly outside of first. That'll run the count to 1 ball and 2 strikes. Cody Strayer staring in to get a sign. Now he comes set. The 1-2 pitch misses. Ball 2, 2 balls and 2 strikes. That pitch low to Skoll. Darian Sanford is on deck if Skoll can keep the inning going, and there's a long fly ball to left field. This ball is back to the wall, and he will touch them all. Jake Skoll with his 18th home run of the year. Skoll got an outside pitch that he could handle, and he took it the other way over the high fence atop the left field wall, and it is now 12-5 in favor of the Honey Hunters. On the home run by Jake Skoll. Now Darian Sanford comes to the plate. All he did in his last at-bat was triple and clear the bases that were loaded. And then he came home on an error by the second baseman. First pitch to him is over for a strike. No balls and 1 strike. Next pitch misses. Ball 1. 1-1. Sanford batting left-handed. Strayer delivers outside ball 2, 2 balls and 1 strike. Sanford, the designated hitter tonight, batting in the number 1 slot. Next pitch is fouled outside of first and down the line. Sanford will step back in and try it again, 2-2. The pitch from Strayer swung on and missed. Or did he foul it at the plate? He fouled it at the plate. So Sanford stays alive. Two balls and 2 strikes. 2 runs across in the inning for the Honey Hunters, 12-5. Next pitch swung on and missed, and Sanford goes down swinging. So that'll do it for Gastonia here in the bottom of the 7th, but not before Jake Skoll comes up and puts 2 more runs on the board with 1 swing of the bat as he homers to left field. And it is 12-5 in favor of the Honey Hunters as we head to the top of inning number 8. We'll be back. Come on back with us on the Honey Hunters Radio Network.
Being first, the beginning of the line. So many people work so hard to be number 1. But at Caramont Health, you don't have to struggle to be first. We prioritize you. Our award-winning teams use advanced treatments to serve you. We deliver the compassion and quality you deserve, always growing, building, and innovating for your care, your health, your life. Caramont Health. Care first.
What could be better this summer than a Honey Hunters baseball season? The crack of the bat, the pop of the mitt, the smell of fresh cut. Hey guys, stop. We have turf here at the ballpark. Let's try this again. The smell of fresh cut Domino's Pizza. Sold nightly here at Caramont Health Park. The Gastonia Honey Hunters and Domino's Pizza. A winning combination.
This is Jake Skoll of the Gastonia Honey Hunters, and you're listening to the Honey Hunters Radio Network.
I figured since he just hit a 2-run home run, we'd play Jake Skoll's promo. 12 runs for the Honey Hunters, 11 hits, 1 error. 5 runs for the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs, 6 hits and 1 error. 3 in the second, 1 in the third, 6 in the fifth, 2 in the seventh for Gastonia. For Southern Maryland, 2 in the third, 3 in the sixth. 12-5. Euclides Leer comes out of the bullpen, and he will start the top of the 8th inning for Gastonia. And he brings a first pitch strike over the plate to Michael Baca, the shortstop. There's one on the ground that's off Leer to the second baseman, Freeman. He one-hops it, and Tapia cannot handle the one-hop throw down at first base. So we'll see how they're going to score that one. But that'll bring up the catcher, Mike Falsetti, who is 0 for 2 on the night, with a walk. They're going to call that an error on Cole Freeman at second base. So Baca is on the error, the second error of the night by the Honey Hunters. And the first pitch to Falsetti, over for a strike. No balls and 1 strike. That one's hit high in the air, but foul off to the right now to play. Runs the count to 0-2. These two teams have already secured their spot in the playoffs at the end of the season. Both teams winning their respective divisions, Southern Maryland winning the North Division and Gastonia winning the South Division, as a pitch gets away from Euclides Leer, and he runs it right past Alex Holderbach. The ball bounced up very high off the backstop, and Holderbach had to stand there and wait for it to come down. In the meantime, Michael Baca goes down to second base on the wild pitch. There's one that's looped and goes into left field. The shortstop went out and it bounced off of his glove, and he wasn't able to get it. As he caught up to it, he turned and threw home, but the throw was offline and it got away from Holderbach. So on the play, Falsetti goes down to second base. So Baca comes around to score. That's the 6th run of the ball game for the Blue Crabs. It's now 12-6 Gastonia. And Falsetti will get a single and then go to second base on the throw home. 6 runs, 7 hits now for the Blue Crabs. 1 error. 12 runs, 11 hits, and 2 errors for Gastonia. First pitch. Inside, ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes. Euclides Leer, 6'2", 175-pounder from El Seibo, Dominican Republic. Got as high as the White Sox high A ball club. Misses with the next pitch, ball 1, 1 ball and 1 strike. Ian Yetzko stands in the on-deck circle for Southern Maryland. 1 run across in the inning. Mike Falsetti, the catcher, is down at second base. The count is 1 ball and 2 strikes to the leadoff batter, Jack Sundberg, with Ian Yetzko on deck. Next pitch, check swing, No swing, ball 2. That'll even the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. There's a pitch that's fouled off to the left and out of play. Sundberg will even the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Next pitch fouled back. The count will hold at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Two and two, nobody out, runner on second base. Euclides Layer comes to the plate, off-speed pitch. That one's on the ground to Tapia at first. He'll carry it to the bag himself for the first out in the inning, but on the play, Mike Falsetti goes to third base. So Sundberg is out on a 3 unassisted. 1 away, and here comes Ian Yetzko, who walked in his last at-bat, singled in the first inning, so he's 1 for 2, with a strikeout, and then he lined out to Jarrett in right field. There's a high fly ball to left field. Castro going back, he's at the warning track, and he makes the catch deep enough that the run will just trot home. So now it's 12-7 in favor of the Honey Hunters, as Yetzko hit it very far to left field, but to the warning track. And there are 2 away. Here comes the right fielder, Matt Hibbert. Hibbert came in as a pinch hitter for Braxton Lee in the 6th inning and struck out. 0 for 1 in the ball game. Hibbert, a native of Edison, New Jersey. And this is the highest level of professional baseball that he has achieved, playing in the Atlantic League. First pitch to him is fouled back, no balls and 1 strike. Hibbert struck out with the bases loaded in his first at-bat. Looks at another pitch over for a strike, no balls and 2 strikes. Looks at a strike 3 called, and Layer trots off the mound, having only given up 2 runs, but gave back the 2 runs that the Honey Hunters got on Jake Scholl's home run. So at the end of 7.5 innings of play, it is the Honey Hunters 12 and the Blue Crabs 7 here on the Honey Hunters Radio Network.
Being first, the beginning of the line. So many people work so hard to be number 1. But at Caramont Health, you don't have to struggle to be first. We prioritize you. Our award-winning teams use advanced treatments to serve you. We deliver the compassion and quality you deserve, always growing, building, and innovating for your care, your health, your life. Caramont Health. Care first.
This is Sam Bordner of the Gastonia Honey Hunters, and you are listening to the Honey Hunters Radio Network.
Whether you're stuck in traffic after a long day at work or working through a 10-game road trip, nothing feels as good as being home. If you're looking to enter the marketplace as a buyer or a seller, Moss Realty has a proven history of results with professionals that operate in the highest spirit of ethical conduct. Let them work for you. Call 704-865-5555 and find out how Moss Realty gets it done. 704-865-5555, Moss Realty. Don't miss out on all the action at Caramount Health Park this summer. Get your tickets for every Honey Hunters game by calling 704-874-1810 or log on to www.gohoneyhunters.com/tickets to reserve your spot this season. That number again, 704-874-1810. Gastonia Honey Hunters Baseball, 704-874-1810.
Fan Appreciation Day here Sunday at Caramount Health Park. All fans in attendance are going to get a nice souvenir water bottle from the Honey Hunters. Saturday, don't forget, there is a food drive. They're taking donations of non-perishable foods as you enter the ballpark. And tomorrow night, Spirit Night and fireworks, all here at Caramount Health Park as the High Point Rockers come to town. Why don't you make your plans to come out and be with us? By the way, if you need tickets, go honeyhunters.com and you can pick up your tickets and pick where you want to sit in the ballpark. Cole Freeman will step up to lead off the bottom of the 8th inning for the Honey Hunters. Freeman doubled in the 3rd inning. Hits one on the ground, a one-hopper to the shortstop who barehands it and just does get Freeman. What a play by the shortstop, Michael Baca. Joseph Rosa, the shortstop, will now come to the bat for the Honey Hunters. Rosa, left-hand batter. Has grounded out, doubled, been hit by a pitch, and grounded out again to the second baseman, both times on his ground outs. New pitcher in the ball game for the Blue Crabs. That's James Dykstra, the 6'3", 207-pounder from San Diego. And he played for Lehigh Valley in AAA ball. 1 ball and no strikes. DeRosa comes back with a fastball at 95 miles an hour, over for a strike. Runs the count to 1-1. Good breaking ball. Swung on and missed by Rosa. Dykstra really had that thing dancing as it came across the plate. Here's the pitch from Dykstra, high off the catcher's glove, and it goes all the way to the backstop. Two balls and 2 strikes. No. Off the catcher's glove. No, it was a high pitch and it was off the catcher's glove. Next pitch misses high, ball 3. 3 balls, and I believe it's 2 strikes. But the scoreboard is showing 3-1. Dykstra from the stretch. Here's the pitch. High fly ball. Shortstop going back, and he's underneath it calling for it, and he makes the catch. So there are 2 away now. As Baca went out into shallow center field to get that one. And that'll bring up Zach Jarrett. Jarrett singled, stole a base, and scored a run in the second inning. Singled again in the sixth. He's 2 for 4 on the night. First pitch to him is a fastball at the knees for a strike. 96 miles an hour. Dykstra is really bringing it. No balls and 1 strike. James Dykstra. Good breaking ball. Jarrett pulls that. Shortstop goes to his right, picks it up, and throws on a bounce. And he's not able to make the short hop over at first base. Is Jared Walker. So Jarrett is on. We'll see what they score that. Luis Roman will now step to the plate. Luis, 2 singles on the night. Also a strikeout and a line drive out to center field. He's 2 for 4. "12 runs, 11 hits for the Honey Hunters. 7 runs and 7 hits for the Blue Crabs. We're in the bottom of the 8th inning. Honey Hunters have 2 errors. The Blue Crabs have 1. First pitch fouled back. No balls and 1 strike to Luis Roman. Didn't hear anything from the official score, so I'm just going to go ahead and give Jared a hit. And they did put it up on the scoreboard. 11 hits now for the Honey Hunters. Next pitch, 94 miles an hour, and Roman has to jump back out of the way of that pitch. Dykstra comes to the top of the mound after going back and grabbing the rosin bag. 2 outs, bottom of the 8th inning. Next pitch, off speed, swung on and missed. That's almost not fair. You come with a 94, 95 mile an hour fastball, and then you throw an 85 mile an hour off speed pitch. 10 mile an hour difference between the 2 pitches. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Foul tipped at the plate. Nope, swung on and missed. Strike 3. So that'll do it for Roman as he goes down on strikes. And that'll do it for the Honey Hunters in the bottom of the 8th inning. After 8 innings of play, the Honey Hunters 12 and the Blue Crabs 7. Southern Maryland has 3 outs left, or this ball game will go in favor of the hometown boys. We'll be back on the Honey Hunters Radio Network.
Folks, it's been the thrill of a lifetime to bring professional baseball back to the airwaves of Gaston County. As a lifelong supporter of Gastonia baseball, I understood at an early age how important it was to hear the game when I couldn't be at the game. And with the advent of internet streaming now, Gastonia Honey Hunters games have even more import within the community. It also provides a great opportunity to get your message out to the Gaston County community. If advertising with the Honey Hunters is something that interests you, give me a call, 704-874-1810, and inquire about advertising with the Gastonia Honey Hunters. The number again, 704-874-1810. The Honey Hunters Radio Network, your hometown team. Thank you for supporting Gastonia baseball. Whether you're stuck in traffic after a long day at work or working through a 10-game road trip, nothing feels as good as being home. If you're looking to enter the marketplace as a buyer or a seller, Moss Realty has a proven history of results with professionals that operate in the highest spirit of ethical conduct. Let them work for you. Call 704-865-5555 and find out how Moss Realty gets it done. 704-865-5555, Moss Realty. Don't miss out on all the action at Caramount Health Park this season. Log on to www.gohoneyhunters.com/tickets to reserve your spot all summer long. That's gohoneyhunters.com/tickets. Don't miss out on all the action at Caramount Health Park.
Tim Naughton will come on and pitch the 9th inning for the Honey Hunters. And Naughton will be pitching to a pinch hitter. And that'll be Joe DeLuca. DeLuca comes up to pinch hit for Cody Strayer, who was actually removed from the ball game as the pitcher. So now it's DeLuca who will bat in the spot previously occupied by the designated hitter, but because the starting pitcher didn't go 5 innings, Cody Strayer, the pitcher, had to have 2 at-bats. First pitch from Naughton is high and tight to DeLuca. 1 ball and no strikes. DeLuca steps back into the batter's box and promptly slaps one into right field for a base hit. So DeLuca is on with a base hit, and that'll bring up Raul Shaw, the second baseman.
Second baseman, Raul Shaw.
8th hit of the ball game for Southern Maryland to go with their 7 runs. The Honey Hunters have 12 runs on 12 hits, and it's 12-7 in the top of the 9th inning with Raul Shaw coming to bat. He struck out in his only at-bat tonight. Swings and misses at a fastball. Foul tipped, actually, but no balls and 1 strike. So DeLuca down at first, being held on by Emmanuel Tapia. And Zach Collier will be on deck for the Honey Hunters. There's a check swing. Home plate umpire says, yes, that was a swing. And it's no balls and 2 strikes. Kevin Morgan making that call behind the plate. Tim Naughton standing on the rubber and staring in for a sign from Alex Holderbach. Now he comes set. Comes to the plate 0-2, and it's lifted in the air in foul territory. Tapia on his horse and won't be able to get there. So you saw Tapia kind of turn on the afterburners to try and get to that ball, but he was unable to do so. It wasn't hit very high. Had it been hit a little higher, of course, Tapia would have had more time to jump underneath it. No balls, 2 strikes. Nobody out, runner at first, top of the 9th inning, 12-7 Gastonia. Naughton from the stretch, the 0-2 pitch. Fastball swung on and missed, strike 3, so Shaw will go down on strikes. That's the first out of the 9th inning. The Blue Crabs are down to their last 2 outs. Zach Collier, the catcher, will now step up. He has singled his last 2 at-bats, scored a run in the 6th inning. He's 2 for 4 on the night. Collier steps in the left-handed batter's box against the right-hand throwing Naughton. First pitch to him is high, ball 1, 1 ball and no strikes. Naughton comes back 0-1. High foul ball. Back out of play. I'm sorry, it was a 1-0 pitch, not 0-1. It's now 1-1. Jared Walker, the first baseman for the Blue Crabs, is on deck. Next pitch is high, ball 2, 2 balls and 1 strike. Naughton took a little off of that one. It was at 84 miles an hour. Two and one out. Runner at first base, Joe DeLuca. The next pitch, low, ball 3, 3-1. Twelve to 7 in favor of the Honey Hunters. Next pitch over for a strike at the knees. Collier took a step toward first base, but has to come back as it is now a full count, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Naughton's just got to rear back and fire with a 5-run lead in the 9th inning. Don't try to get too cute with anything. Just throw strikes here and let's get batters out. Here's the pitch. Nice fastball. That one's going to be hit foul down the left field line. It bounces off the wall. And Luis Castro out in left field, unable to get over to get that one. Jake Skoll shaded toward right field in his center field spot. And Castro shaded well towards center field. Here's the 3-2 pitch again. That one inside almost hit him. Ball 4. So Collier takes a walk. And now with 1 out, there are runners on first and second for Jared Walker, the first baseman. Walker struck out in his last at-bat, singled and scored a run back in the 6th inning. 1 for 3 on the night. First pitch high, ball 1, 1 ball and no strikes. Tim Naughton on the hill trying to close things out for the Honey Hunters here in the top of the 9th inning. 12-7 in favor of Gastonia. Naughton checks the runner, now comes to the plate. And that's fouled back. 1 ball and 1 strike. Naughton staring in to get a sign. Now he comes set, checks the runner at second base. The 1-1 pitch, fouled back. 1 ball and 2 strikes. What did Walker do back in the 4th inning? Yeah. Talking to Kevin Daskowitz, the Major League Baseball data analyst who shares the booth with us. Breaking ball that just misses inside. Ball 2, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Michael Baca, the shortstop, on deck for Southern Maryland. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Runners on first and second. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed, strike 3. So Walker goes down on strikes for the second out of the inning. And here comes Michael Baca. Baca steps into the right-handed batter's box. 0 for 4 on the night. Swung on and missed at a 93-mile-an-hour fastball, and Naughton wasn't messing around there. Just reared back and fired. 2 outs, top of the 9th inning, 12-7 Gastonia. Michael Baca, the last hope for the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs. Tim Naughton trying to close it out and to take this series 2-1. In a preview of what we should see in the playoffs at the end of the year. Next pitch over for a strike. Baca watched it go across at the knees. No balls and 2 strikes. I just heard a fan in the stands yell, "Throw a humdinger." 0-2, here's the pitch. Breaking ball, just missed. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Tim Naughton staring in to get a sign from his catcher, Alex Halderbach. Now he's got the one he wants, and he comes to the plate. Swung on and missed, strike 3, and that'll do it. That's the ball game, ladies and gentlemen. So Naughton comes in, and despite a walk and a single, he strikes out the side in the 9th inning. And the Honey Hunters take game 3, the rubber game of this 3-game series. 12 runs, 12 hits, 2 errors for Gastonia. 7 runs, 8 hits, 1 error for the Blue Crabs. Gastonia takes the series 2-1. We'll be back with a post-game show right after this.
Being first, the beginning of the line. So many people work so hard to be number 1. But at Caramont Health, you don't have to struggle to be first. We prioritize you. Our award-winning teams use advanced treatments to serve you. We deliver the compassion and quality you deserve, always growing, building, and innovating for your care, your health, your life. Caramont Health. Care first.
This is Sam Bordner of the Gastonia Honey Hunters, and you are listening to the Honey Hunters Radio Network.
If coming to a Honey Hunters game is good, then coming to a game as a group is better. If you're a school, church, or civic organization looking for a great time together, call 704-874-1810 and ask about a group package. The number again is 704-874-1810. Ask about our picnic options that include hot dogs, sliders, and pulled pork. 704-874-1810. Honey Hunters Baseball. Better with friends. GSM Services helps people live better through improved comfort, health, and energy efficiency. GSM Services provides high-quality home and commercial improvement services. They offer services for heating and cooling, energy audits, duct and dryer vent cleaning, attic insulation, crawl space solutions, generators, commercial roofing, and HVAC, indoor air cleaning products, and much, much more. GSM has been taking care of their customers' comfort since 1927. This unmatched experience has led them to build reliable processes to serve you and offer guidance to help you choose the right options for your home business comfort needs. Call 1-800-NEW-COOL or visit GSMsince1927.com to talk to someone about the comfort issues you have in your home. GSM is a proud sponsor of your Gastonia Honey Hunters. Call 1-800-NEW-COOL or visit GSMsince1927.com. Go Honey Hunters! Since 19...
Well, that'll do it for tonight as the Honey Hunters pick up a win over the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs and take the rubber game of this three-game midweek series 12-7. 12 runs, 12 hits, 2 errors for Gastonia. 7 runs, 8 hits, 1 error for the Blue Crabs. For Gastonia, Darian Sanford was the designated hitter tonight in the leadoff spot. He went 1 for 4 with 2 runs scored, a walk. He has a .250 average as he will go into play tomorrow. Cole Freeman, the second baseman, was 1 for 5 tonight. His batting average .267. Joseph Rosa 1 for 4 on the night. He also had an RBI. His average is at .316. Zach Jarrett, another good night for Zach at the plate, 3 for 5 with 1 run scored. He's batting .301. Luis Roman, the third baseman, was 2 for 5 on the night. He also had a run scored. Sorry, my computer just went south on me. Roman batting .266 at the end of play tonight. Luis Castro played left field tonight. He was 0 for 3, but he did have a run scored and he had a walk. His batting average is at .291. Emmanuel Tapia 1 for 3 on the night. 2 runs scored, 3 runs batted in, and he also had a walk. Tapia batting .239 after the play tonight. Alex Holderbach behind the plate tonight, 2 for 2, 3 runs scored, 2 runs knocked in, and he had also walked twice. Jake Skoll was 1 for 2 on the night. He also scored 2 runs. He had 2 runs batted in, and he also had 2 walks. Home runs in the ballgame by Holderbach in the second inning, and Skoll in the 7th inning. Rosa and Tapia both had doubles on the night. Holderbach had 2 RBIs. Skoll had 2 RBIs. Tapia had 2 two-out RBIs, and Holderbach had 2 two-out RBIs as well as Skoll. Gastonia only left 5 runners on base. All 5 of those were in scoring position. The win goes to Dakota Chalmers. He goes 5 innings tonight, only gives up 2 hits and 2 runs. Both of those runs were earned. He only walked 3, but he struck out 7. He did allow a home run. He walked out of the game with a 4.15 earned run average. So Chalmers picking up the win. In a good outing for the former Dodger farmhand. For Southern Maryland, their leadoff batter Sundberg was 0 for 2 on the night. He had a run scored. Yetzko was 1 for 3. He had 2 RBIs and a walk on the night. Braxton Lee started off in right field. He was 0 for 3 with 1 RBI. He also struck out twice. And then Hibbert came in to pinch hit for him and take over in right field. He was 0 for 2. The designated hitter, Jack Harris, was 1 for 2 on the night. He had a run scored and an RBI. And then he had to come out of the game because the starting pitcher, Adrian Cook, did not make 5 innings. So when that happens, you lose the designated hitter. So that brought in Strayer, Cody Strayer, the pitcher. And Strayer actually had to take 2 at-bats himself because there was no designated hitter. So Strayer was 0 for 2. And then Dykstra came in to pitch. He was 1 for 1 on the night in batting. Alex Crosby started the night at third base for the Blue Crabs. He was 1 for 3 on the night. Shaw came in to run for him and was 0 for 1 on the night with a run scored, and then DeLuca pinch hit for him and was 0 for 1. Zach Collier in center field was 2 for 4 on the night. He had a run scored, and he also had a run batted in. A base on balls. Jared Walker was 1 for 4 on the night with 1 run scored and 1 base on balls. Michael Baca, the shortstop, was 0 for 5. He did score a run. And then the catcher, Mike Falsetti, was 1 for 3 in the ball game. He had 2 runs batted in. He scored a run and also had a walk in the ball game. For the Honey Hunters, Michael Baca was 0 for 5 against them, and what a great job they did keeping him at bay. He's been a Honey Hunters destroyer this year. Coming into the game, he was hitting over 400 against the Honey Hunters on the year and over 500 here at Caramont Health Park. So the Honey Hunters held him at bay tonight. 12-7 was our final score. We'll come back with a look at what's coming up right after this.
Folks, it's been the thrill of a lifetime to bring professional baseball back to the airwaves of Gaston County. As a lifelong supporter of Gastonia baseball, I understood at an early age how important it was to hear the game when I couldn't be at the game. And with the advent of internet streaming now, Gastonia Honey Hunters games have even more import within the community. It also provides a great opportunity to get your message out to the Gaston County community. If advertising with the Honey Hunters is something that interests you, give me a call at 704-874-1810 and inquire about advertising with the Gastonia Honey Hunters. The number again, 704-874-1810. The Honey Hunters Radio Network, your hometown team. Thank you for supporting Gastonia baseball. Don't miss out on all the action at Caramont Health Park this summer. Get your tickets for every Honey Hunters game by calling 704-874-1810 or log on to www.gohoneyhunters.com/tickets to reserve your spot this season. That number again, 704-874-1810. Gastonia Honey Hunters Baseball, 704-874-1810. Folks, do you find yourself lacking confidence in public places? Would you like to earn respect among your peers and be well received socially? I've got just the answer. The Honey Hunters Team Store is your source for all the best looking t-shirts, hats, and accessories for you, your kids, and even your dog. Look good, feel good, fan better. It's always drip season at the Honey Hunters Team Store at Caramont Health Park.
Back live at Caramount Health Park, the post-game show with Bob Woodard after the Honey Hunters picked up a 12-7 victory over the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs. Let's take a look around the league and see what else happened. The Blue Crabs got a break as the Lancaster Barnstormers dropped one to the York Revolution 5-4 tonight. Long Island is playing Staten Island. And I've got to flip to the game to see what's going on there. It's not quite completed yet. The Staten Island Ferry Hawks are leading Long Island 14-5 going into the bottom of the 9th inning. And there are 2 outs in the bottom of the 9th and nobody on. So it looks like Staten Island is going to wrap up that victory. So Staten Island over Long Island, and the High Point Rockers rocked the Charleston Dirty Birds 12-1 tonight. And the Kentucky Wild Health Genomes beat the Lexington Legends 7-8. So Lexington drops a game. And it looks like Staten Island is going to beat Long Island, so they're going to lose. York beat Lancaster, and Staten Island is going to lose. So 4 of the 5 teams in the North Division taking a loss tonight if the Long Island and Staten Island score holds. Gastonia won. High Point won. Kentucky lost. Charleston won. No, High Point beat Charleston, so Charleston lost, and Lexington won. So no movement at the top of the Southern Division or the Northern Division as the first and second place, or the first and second running teams in the South Division won and the North Division lost. So nobody's going to gain any ground at the top there. Tomorrow night, the High Point Rockers will be in town. It'll be Spirit Night here at the ballpark. And also fireworks tomorrow night, so don't forget that. Come on out and join us at the ballpark. Caramount Health Park is a great place to watch a ball game. And then Saturday is a non-perishable food drive outside the ballpark before the game. Come on out and help support that. And then Sunday, Fan Appreciation Day, and every fan that comes into the ballpark will get a cool water mug from the Honey Hunters. So come on out and join us for that. And also watch some good baseball. High Point has been a thorn in the side of the Honey Hunters in the last few weeks. And we'll see if the Honey Hunters can right the ship and turn things around tomorrow. That's going to do it for us for tonight at the ballpark, where the Gastonia Honey Hunters prevailed 12-7 to pick up Game 3 of this 3-game series and win the series 2-1 in what could be a preview of playoffs to come as they beat the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs 12-7. For now, this is Bob Woodard saying good night. Have a pleasant evening and come on out to the ballpark this weekend. Enjoy some Honey Hunters baseball right here at Caramount Health Park or on the Honey Hunters radio network. Good night, everybody.
The following has been a broadcast of the Gastonia Honey Hunters radio network. Gastonia Honey Hunters baseball is brought to you by GSM Premium Services and Caramount Health. See how we care. We thank you for tuning in. We'll see you next time on the Gastonia Honey Hunters Radio Network.